dot matrix printer ribbons, and then toner and inkjet cartridges. In 1989, he went to Germany, got the technology of fabricated machines, and was the first one to manufacture dot matrix ribbon in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In 2007, Royal Life Sciences Private Limited emerged, foreseeing huge opportunity in biotechnology. He took up Indian distributorship for MIDI Sherlock Microbial Identification Systems USA and set up sole Asian affiliated lab to MIDI INC USA. In a span of 5 years, he became sole distributor to additional 27 other countries. In 2017, got accredited for vocational training partner for life science sector skill development council. And in 2020, he started a new company, Microbial Research Lab Private Limited, for exclusively determining the soil microbiota and biomass of soil. So these services are only offered by them in Asia and Africa. So with this, I request Dipender Singh ji to please take over and start the session.
Thank you, Dr. Hanif. It was very kind of you to introduce elaborately. Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Zarullah. And hello to all the participants, young budding entrepreneurs of India. I am sure I am not giving any presentation where it will be for one particular vertical and from one point of view. I will be speaking for very few minutes. Then I will be sharing a couple of small videos where I am firm believer of never give up. One should never give up. If they give up, they can't really achieve the goals. To achieve the goal, they need to stand, counter it. I have very small videos, maybe about one is maximum 4 minutes, other are 1 minute or so. I'm sure it will give a good idea and even encourage all of you to not give up. What I believe is, when you feel that there is a good product, and if you are very much confident of your product, then you should give everything to it. And you have to be very clear, very fair, especially it's very fair to everybody. And if you are not able to pay your banker or a person from whom you have taken a finance, I suggest that you receive calls from everybody. If you don't receive a call, those calls will pile up. Many calls will come and people will get irritated. If you face them and if you tell them you have an issue and you need some time, I am sure 99.9% will accept. They will give you a time. If they will take a time of 6 months, they will never ever call you for 6 months. Sorry, 6 months. Simultaneously, I would suggest, if anybody wants have any questions, they can raise their hand and we can address to that. Apart from this, I am even mentor in one NGO, an actual NGO, where it's not cheating and I am responsible for it. It's called Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust in India. Globally, it's known as Business Youth Starting Together. We are supported by Confederation of Indian Industries and have branches in a couple of cities where I will be sharing all of you, where we support, nurture, handhold them for 2 years and give them get them a finance assistance from a nationalized bank from 50,000 to 50 lakh rupees collateral free, and it's all free. There is nothing in that. There is no fees added, and you get a free mentor fee. We are going to be tying up with the Usmania University Incubation Center, Technology Development Incubation Center, very shortly. And I would like to share one sec, if I can share. One sec. Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay.
Life is life. Life is an interesting journey of ups and downs. But how that journey ends is up to you today.
The video is not seen.
Fall down, you feel like giving up.
Sorry?
We cannot see the video, only the window showing the files is being.
Okay. Okay. No able to see it?
Life
No.
is life. Life
Can you see it?
No, sir.
No. 1 second. Okay.
I think you should share your entire screen rather than a single window.
Oh, 1 second. Now? Now?
No.
Okay. 1 second. Share the. I am not able to do it here. 1 sec. Till that time, if anybody has any questions, please. I have not spoken anything, so nobody will have a question. But I was wondering somebody will come up with some questions.
May I ask, sir?
Please.
Good afternoon, sir. I think it's too early to ask, but I
No
thought I can just start.
No problem.
So you mentioned just now that you are, mentoring BYST organization.
Correct.
So what kind of mentoring do you do? Who fits into that role of a mentee? What is it like?
It's any entrepreneur who is doing a service or manufacturing, and age group is between 18 to 35, and for females it's 5 years or grace, like till 40. Anybody, and this is the criteria.
Okay,
They
so
should have the idea.
you might have seen lot of ventures fail also, or having some hurdles in the process of scaling up. So what are the 1-2 issues where they generally have problems?
The thing is, problems are not one. There are many problems. Now, if I speak about those problems, that may not suit you. That is the reason why I'm not giving PPT. I'm not giving any presentation, because everybody will have a different issues. So if they can tell a issue, if I have a solution, I can definitely address that. Otherwise, I can even ask a couple of my friends and try to address that issues. If
Okay.
issues are bound to there, till you are alive, you will have issues.
So what are the major sectors actually where women are into, whatever you have seen in that organization?
It is your interest.
Okay, so it's
It
also
is
open.
it is only your interest, because if you something which is not of your interest will not really you will not deliver it. People cannot deliver it. So the best thing is that's your interest, based on your interest.
So are there any documents or something to show pre-BYST mentorship, post-BYST mentorship? Maybe we can, yes.
We'll send
Thank
you.
you,
In
sir.
fact, we are dedicating about 5 minutes for BYST people to give the presentation in the end.
Okay.
And till that time, I wanted to. One sec.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not able to share this, so I will do one thing. I have some very good clips where you can it will tell you like there is between animals and where they counter it and they overcome it. A couple of them I will share it through Dr. Zahrullah or Dr. Hafiz. They will share it to you. Apart from this, when you have an interest in any subject, like I started with something. I'm a mechanical engineer, started business, and now I'm in a life science. Though it's nowhere connected, nowhere related, anywhere nearby. It's only based the interest. If you have interest, anything can be done. But you need to be very fair. You need to be very frank. And if you are frank and fair, sky is the limit. Anybody, even in any relation, if those things are there, you success will never. Success is your piece of cake. I will just check whether 1 second if BYST is also there. But I am 1 sec. How do we share this, Dr. Hanif? Any idea? I'm not able to share
So you
this.
can click on present now button.
Present now. I have more option. Present now.
An arrow mark is there on the heading upwards.
Okay, yeah. Entire screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
entire screen.
Okay. Now how do I select a file from here? How do I select a file? But not able to see it?
No, sir, your screen is not being shared yet.
Can we cast?
Try once again.
Yeah, I'm casting it. I'm sorry, kept you waiting. No, also you can't see, right?
No, sir.
So I think
Yes, now we can.
you can see the multiple screens, I think.
Yes, yes. You
Yeah,
click
that's
on-
fine. Just minimize the window and you can proceed with the presentation, sir.
Minimize the window and
Yeah, minimize the browser.
can you see it now? Can
It's
you
kind
see?
of a blank screen. It's
Life
still
is
blank
life.
screen.
Life is.
Still it's blank, is it?
Yes, it's presenting some white screen there. So it could be that you would have selected only the Chrome window to be presented. So you need to select the entire screen and there should be an option right bottom, I think. It should say share entire screen. Yeah, probably click on that present once again. There is an up arrow. There is an arrow that is showing upwards. Yeah, in which you can see
Yes.
multiple options like entire screen.
Yes.
Yeah, choose entire screen.
I think I should come out of this because I got
Yes,
a lot.
please stop presenting and repeat it again.
Yeah.
This what happens when you're speaking to youngsters. I learn a lot. I
No
learn a lot.
problem.
This is good. Okay, I think I'm wasting everybody's time. Actually, I will send that I will send it through email. You can see that because I don't want to kill your time. Uh, Now there are a lot of incubation centers where they are giving lot of support and very good support. I am even incubated. I am about 59 years old and I am incubated in 4 places. In incubation, unless we ask our requirement, they will never know it. We have to be aggressive. We have to be very focused and even ask them any sort of questions and support. Once you ask it, once you ask them, they are definitely supporting. And I know Dr. Zahurullah personally, and Hanif, I have been hearing about him. They really support good. For this, unless you ask them any questions, anytime, you please ask them. It's very good info. India is coming out with very good startup India schemes. Schemes are good, and we require people to give job opportunities to youngsters, and youngsters have lot of ideas. Even you are seeing me now. I was in IT industry. I run computer almost in a day 12 to 15 hours, but still I don't know. I'm not able to share it properly. And youngsters have been trained, teaching me. This is good of Youth India. Now I will find out if just 1 second. I will just find out with BYST if they are there, if they can give it, if they are connected and they can give it. Then I will till that time. Yeah, are you on the web? No. Are they there? Can they give a presentation now? Let her share the screen. Till that time I will do this. Right. Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm Swati from BYSD as the mentoring officer. So can I share my screen, sir?
Please.
But you can pin on me, sir. I think, sir. Yeah, access to me to share the screen.
No problem. You can click on present now, madam.
Yeah.
Swati, be brief, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get any option here.
Dr. Hanif, can you suggest?
Can you guide me? Yeah, can you suggest?
Click on the present now button. You can see one with up arrow mark.
Yeah, there is options share screen. I got options your entire screen or a window or a tab. So
Click
which
on
one
entire screen.
entire screen? Yeah. So it's showing cancel. Share your entire screen. There are two options. One is share and one is cancel. So option is
Share
Click
was
share.
able to.
share is not. I was also not getting the share icon.
Yeah.
Share icon was there,
Yes,
but
yes.
the option was not there to select.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Same to me.
Dr. Hanif, can you just check it up there?
I'm trying.
You even give access to Pawan. I think he's trying to do it. He's trying to do it. Pawan, can you hear us?
Now try, madam.
Sir, actually, I am watching in mobile right now. So,
Swati, madam, try
Okay,
once
okay.
again.
Yeah, okay. Again, same issue I am getting.
Chalo, till that time, do one thing. Brief about BYST in a nutshell. Just brief them. So that we don't, spoil their time. PPTs will send them later.
Yeah. Sir, you can continue, sir, without presentation. Can you do, sir?
Yeah, I will do that. No issues.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. So, dear friends, I'm sorry we are not able to share in me, even myself and BYST, they are not able to do it. But if anybody is looking for a loan and other things, collateral free, this they can also. One second. They can speak to Dr. Hanif, and he will be having all the details. He will suggest you in your area, because we are speaking pan India. In your area, if BAST office are there, they will definitely help you. If they are not, we will try to fix it up. We'll try to fix up something. We can't assure you that, but wherever our offices are there, we'll definitely support you. Swati, can you tell me where are the offices? Pune, Bombay, Bhubaneswar, Delhi.
Sir, Gurgaon, Chennai, Hyderabad, Vijayawada. There are 16 regions, sir, in BYST.
Pune also we have. Can you spell out the
Sikar,
branches?
Sikar, Sattar, Kolhapur, Wardha, Faridabad, Ranchi, Jharkhand, Orissa, Bhubaneswar, Jajpur, Cuttack.
Okay, fine. So we have many of them. You said 26, right?
Sir.
Based on this, you can definitely try it, and support system is there from Smanya Technology Board Incubation Center, and even I think your presentation is coming, Swati.
Yes, I'm trying to do, sir.
Okay, till that time, this if an, okay, fine, you are able to do it.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. You should.
Is it visible?
No, it is visible, but your camera is switched off. Screen is not being.
You move to the PPT slides window, madam.
Is it, sir?
Yes, make it full screen.
Yeah, okay. Is it?
Yes, perfect.
Good.
Yeah. Please, sir, continue.
Do you want me to say, or you can? Do you want to say that? Give a presentation because you are.
No, sir, you can give me.
Okay, right. Then you will sharing the slide. Okay, it's our. Go back. These are our.
You can mute your system.
These are our committee board of trustees. Bajaj, Mr. Bajaj, Mr. Rahul Bajaj is our chief pattern, and Lakshmi Venkatesham is our very active and founder of this BYST. She's daughter of Mr. ex-president of India, and these are all our committee members. Next, please. We have been supported by so many. These are our valued partners: HDFC, JB Morgan, Bajaj. As I mentioned, you Confederation of Indian Industry is is supporting us to an extent. Wherever they have an office, we are using their offices in Pan India. Next, please. Next. These are our footprints where we have created more than 3.5 lakh people across India. Youth trained are 49.446, and we have done the counseling of more than 10 lakhs, and we have trained and accredited 3,500 people and facilitated about 8,000 entrepreneurs, which they have been successfully doing their business and even helping the Indian industry. Next, please. This is a profile of one of our entrepreneur, and as I mentioned you, about the criteria, what is required from 18 to 35 is the age group, and education is higher school, and on an average, or any 10th class will. One second, admit. Yeah. Loans are available. Sizes are from 5 lakhs. Loans are provided from 50,000 rupees to 50 lakh rupees. This is collateral free, and we even help them in the bank for getting the loan. Our mentor will go along with you, speak to the bank. It's a nationalized banks. We have some panel of banks. They will come with you, speak to the bankers, give them a confidence to you and the banker, and do a mentoring to you. This is all is free of cost. Next, please. These are our module where we do counseling, then access to finance, business development. We show them how to do it, what to do it. If any changes are there, they may be because they are new in business, they would not know many things. We will even teach them how to do business and even get some orders if possible. Next, please. This is too small. Okay, this is in journal, total journal. Capacity builder, this is also not required for us. We'll make one short of this. You can oversee, you can go further. This is our toll-free number. If anybody wants, they can take a note of this. And this is for Pan India. They can take this number and even ask about office in their area. Next, I think this is the last one, is it? We have, one second. I have not actually prepared myself for this. I thought you people will do it. Okay, and our entrepreneurs have been winning many awards every year, and this is the winner of 2020, Dr. Amruta. She has been selected as one of the successful entrepreneur. Next, please. This is again This is again awards from MSDE, National Entrepreneurs Award, where all successful people get it, and we have lot of success rates, and our NPA is banks have NPA about 1, 2%, 5% like this. We have 0.01%. That is because our mentors keep on in touch with entrepreneurs, show them, guide them, and make sure things are working properly so that you are successful. Next, please. This is again one more winner of 2021, Vijaya Lakshmi Das. She has grown up to 2 million now. They manufacture paper plates and doing very good business. They were also one of the startups like all of us. Next, please. We have flagship programs. Many of the flagship programs where Venkaiah Naidu Garu was also came and gave his concern. We have some programs even in Delhi. In Rashtrapati Bhavan, we had programs, and we have more than 20,000 mentors trained through Pan India, and we have more than 3 million youth people where we have been counseling them. We have supported more than 1 lakh micro entrepreneurs. Lot of success rate. It's only when a person, entrepreneur, should be inclined to do it, and they should never give up. Never give up. Next, please. I'm not able to see it. Thank you for your patience hearing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Swati. I appreciate it. So is anybody having any questions, please?
Sir, you try sharing screen now.
Okay. My share is in gray color, not in blue color where I can do it.
Sir, you can share the
Now I got it.
share option.
Yeah, I got it. Now I got it. It's taking time.
Now minimize this window and open that window. Yes, we can see now.
Okay, right. Chalo, good.
Life is life. Life is an interesting journey of ups and downs. But how that journey ends is up to you today. You see, when you fall down, you feel like giving up. When times get tough, it's not the end. The question is, are you going to finish strong? The definition of a disability is something that will hinder you from being able to do something. I think, though, the greatest disability is not having no arms and no legs. The greatest disability is your mind, the choices that you make. The question is, are you going to make the right choices? Are you going to make the choice to have your life in its right perspective? Are you going to make the choice to get up instead of give up? Are you going to make the choice to dream big? There is no greater disability that we have in our life than to make the decision to give up. Because once you give up, then there is no hope. But until you give up, there is that hope. My passion is to encourage people, to inspire people to be all that they can be. I found my purpose, I found my strength, and I want you to find yours. Don't be afraid of failing. Every time you fall down, every time you fail, you learn something new. You're ready for the next one. You've learned how not to do something. Well, then learn from it and move on. Leave what's behind and press forward. You can only win if you don't give up. Go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. If nothing's holding me back, what's holding you back? No goal is too big. No dream is too far-fetched. It's as big as you can dream. There are times in life where you don't see the purpose or the good in your situation. But just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not coming. Who goes to the train station, looks down the railway and says, the train's not here, I'm leaving. You will wait for the train. Why? Because the schedule says that the train is coming. So just because you can't see the hope in your situation, it doesn't mean that it's not there. You see, many people think that I have only one foot, just because you can't see the other one. I've gone from a life without limbs into a life without limits. What about you?
Can you see this now? Hello?
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it, is it? You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
तुम्हाला असं वाटेल की मी खूप संकटात आहे. त्या वेळेला हा व्हिडिओ तुम्हाला नक्कीच प्रेरणा देईल. बघा, ही आफ्रिकन म्हैस, सिंह तिच्या मागे लागले आणि त्या सिंहापासून वाचण्यासाठी ती पाण्यात शिरली. पण म्हणतात ना, आगीतून फुपाट्यात जाणं, बस तसं झालं. पाण्यात शिरली आणि एका मगरीने तिच्यावर हल्ला केला. त्या मगरीपासून सुटका मिळवण्यासाठी ती पाण्यात जीवाच्या आकांताने पोहू लागली. मगर मात्र तिच्यावर हल्ला करतच होती. तरी तिने धीर सोडला नाही. मित्रांनो, संकटात धीर सोडू नका. प्रत्येक संकट तुमची क्षमता तपासत असतं. बघा ना, इकडे मगर आणि तिकडे सिंह तिची वाट बघतो. आता करावं काय तिने? इकडे मगर हल्ला करते, तिकडे सिंह वाट बघतो. बऱ्याचदा आपणही अशाच संकटांच्या कचाट्यात सापडतो ना. कदाचित आताही तुम्ही तेवढ्याच संकटात असताल. मग ते संकट शारीरिक व्याधींचं असेल, ते संकट आर्थिक अडचणींचं असेल, ते नात्यांमधलं असेल. बघा, समोर सिंह, माग मगर. आता करावं काय? शेवटी तिने पाण्याच्या बाहेर आली आणि जे संकट समोर होतं त्या संकटावर हल्ला केला. पण संकट चोहो बाजूने होतं. सिंह केवळ एक नव्हता, सिंह होतेच. ते हल्ला करायला लागले. तिने मात्र धीर सोडला नाही. ती वाट बघत राहिली की कुठून तरी मला मदत मिळेल. तोपर्यंत जेवढी ताकद माझ्यामध्ये आहे तेवढी ताकद लावून मी संकटाला सामोरं जाईल. संकटाने माझ्यावर हल्ला करण्यापूर्वी मी संकटावर हल्ला करेल. मी सावध राहील. मी हार मानणार नाही. मी गुडघे टेकणार नाही. आणि मग ज्या वेळेला ती सामोरं गेली, प्राणपणाने तिने लढा दिला. तिचा आवाज ऐकून बाकीच्या म्हशी आल्या आणि तिला वाचवले. खरंच आहे, परमेश्वर सुद्धा त्यांना साथ देतो जे संकटात स्वतःला साथ देतात. हिम्मत हरू नका, लढत राहा. हे दिवस जाणार आहेत. तुम्ही लढत राहिलात ना, संकट असंच पळून जाणार आहे आणि या संकटातून तुम्ही वाचणार आहे. विश्वास ठेवा स्वतः.
Trust me, you will get support like this from the universe.
But tax are unlikely to charge. Though they are enraged at having their prey stolen, the cheetahs will not call the bushman's bluff. cheetahs concede the springbuck to the bushel. The wolf back.
If you noticed, any animal will never leave their hunt. Here, these two people are only with two swords and two cheetahs. It's only the mindset which
In
makes
this
them.
video, I'll share with you the life of an entrepreneur. The life of an entrepreneur is a tough one. It is a life of struggling. It's a life of fighting. It's a life of pushing and pulling. Your friends might seem to indicate that they want to help, but normally they don't really come through to help. They'll just watch at a distance. But it is your battle. You have to keep fighting. You have to hold on. You would have many things pull you down. It may be corrupt individuals. It may be the economy. It may be just circumstances. It may be the family. It may be friends. It may be people that are just surrounding you. They may be pulling you down to mess. But you know what? You have to hold on. And sadly, people that you care for might just be watching you and doing nothing about your situation. But you have to realize at the end of the day that it is about you and your future. Then those that you care for will start walking away in numbers. They will leave you struggling. They will leave you alone. And only a few will remain around you. Those may be the loyal friends. When the majority have gone, when you are broke, when you are bankrupt, you've lost business, only a few will remain behind. But even those, sooner than later, they will go away. It's a journey that you have to fight on your own. My message for you is keep pushing. And the universe has a way of conspiring to bring in help to you. So it may be those that you least expect to come through to your aid. They'll certainly come through. Just hang on. Just keep pushing. Help is coming your way. Don't lose hope. Keep hoping. Help will come your way in ways you least expect. Sooner than later, help would have come your way. And you'll have an opportunity to swim out of that mess. You'll be fractured, injured, butchered, in pain, but life must go on. Keep on going. This is the message from the radical entrepreneur, and the future is bright.
This is lengthy but worth watching. life is such. Yeah, thank you very much for your patience hearing. And I have finished. My time is up. If anybody has any questions, I'm sure I have not told you anything which is so new which you will be not knowing it. But still, if anybody has any doubts, any questions?
Yeah, participants, any questions? You can even type it in the text box.
I think nobody has a question.
So if there are no questions, I think we can.
I'm not able to get it. I think we are not able to hear you. Dr. Hanif, we are not able to hear you.
So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
So thank you very much, and God bless us all. Have a wonderful years ahead. God bless.
Next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Muralidhar, sir. Sir has already joined the session. Consultant at B Health. So he will be talking on market research and market analysis based upon. Welcome, sir.
Dr. Hafiz, you are not audible. Hello. Hello. Dr. Hafiz, you are not audible. Is there a problem in sound system or what? Hello.
Is it audible now, sir?
Yeah. How about to the audience? I don't know. You can have a random check.
Yes, sir. We can hear you both.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Thanks for the response from your people, my dear friends. You can say good morning, good afternoon, or whatever it is. Nice meeting all of you, my dear friends. Today being 12th July. 12th July has got a significance. Probably many of you must be knowing the significance in world and Indian history, or world history. If you look at, today is the day of World Paperback Day. I don't know how many of you know and you don't know. World Paperback Day today is. While the governments are banning plastic usage, now today being adjudged as World Paperback Day. The other significance of today is, it is known as World Simplicity Day. Today is World Simplicity Day, because I'll tell you why. Now let me start sharing the things. Is it sharing?
Yes, sir.
It's visualized. Hello. Is it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah,
You can make it full screen.
You can see it? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yeah. So, my dear friends, today the topic is market research and market analysis based on innovation and problem statements. And apart from that, we will be looking at how we can judge the business opportunity, how that can be guided, and how can we achieve the motivation. The achievement of motivation is also one important thing that we will be looking at. So, as Dr. Hafiz has already shared with you, so this is what I am. So, without wasting much of the time, which I told you, 12th July being World Paperback Day and National Simplicity Day. The simple reason is there is an author from America. His name is Henry David Thoreau. He is an author, writer. He is the person who believes in simplicity. He is the person who drives simplicity in the life, living the life simply. That is his motto. That means what he says is, if at all we have to follow him, probably today's session may not happen, because he says life should go with simplicity, without IT gadgets, without telephones, without laptops, all those things. What he says is you should lead your life as simple as possible without any IT gadgets intervening into your life. That's what he is saying. That's the reason why this day is considered to be there's one writing of him, a book by name Wyden. Wyden is the book written by him, in which the simplicity of the life is explained very well. Anyway, you people can read that later. Now, without wasting much time, let us pitch in into what is exactly. Now, all this is happening only for entrepreneurs who are prospective or budding entrepreneurs. So, before we name that, let us understand who is an entrepreneur. Why an entrepreneur, the name need to be given to him, and what's the definition of entrepreneur. If we look at origin and definition of entrepreneurship is the word which has come from French word entreprendre and a German word unternehmen. Both mean that to undertake. It means that an entrepreneur is the person who undertakes, he undertakes aggression, he undertakes risk, he undertakes an accountability to launch a product and to launch an innovation into the market. An entrepreneur is the one who undertakes accountability, responsibility, risks, calculated risks to launch a product which is an innovation, or it can be a creativity or discovery into the market. So entrepreneur is a word borrowed from French and German languages, refers to a person who undertakes and operates a new venture and assumes, as I told you earlier, some accountability. And most of you must be knowing, but many people get confused between responsibility and accountability. Responsibility is the role or the tasks that are given to perform a task, that is responsibility, which will have, if it has a tag of result, a responsibility, while fulfilling the responsibility, if it has got a throughput or a tag of result that is ensured, that is accountability. So, being the person, entrepreneur is the one which undertakes responsibility, accountability and calculated risks to launch a product or a business into the market for the society well-being, for the well-being of the public. He is an entrepreneur as per the French and German language narration. And nurturing entrepreneurship improves the economy of the country, and it is directly proportional to the economy of the country. If you look at nurturing entrepreneurship, definitely improves the economy of a country. Actually, that is the reason why our central government has launched Niti Aayog. Through Niti Aayog department, they have launched different machines. Atal Innovation Machine, Atal Incubation Centers. This after the entry of this Modi's government, lot of missions are launched to increase this entrepreneurship. Even within our hub of Hyderabad also, in our state government of Telangana, T-Hub, you must have seen, T-Hub is getting launched in phases. First phase was already launched, now the second phase is also coming up. Now if you see, 33,000 square feet one is launched already, and it's even more in the next phase. So that's how the importance now it is going on for entrepreneurship and startups. Now this is the time one need to venture into this climate, this environment of entrepreneurship and startups. Now Let us understand who is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is the one who never thinks that if I have failed for once, no, never think about a defeat. No entrepreneur in this world, take it granted, no entrepreneur in this world succeeds in every business that he ventures in. Every entrepreneur successful, who is very successful, will have one failure at least if not twice. And second important thing, one need to understand how entrepreneurs learn from and utilize their failures is what it matters. Because if he fails at one place, if he has got some stumbling blocks, what is the learning out of those failures and stumbling blocks? The person who learns and utilizes the failures as his footsteps for success is what it matters in entrepreneurs. That means entrepreneur should have a positive attitude in everything that he takes up. That's what it is. It costs for an entrepreneur. Then an entrepreneur is one who has a passion for creation and the ability to follow through on their ideas. Someone who has the ability to see a need that has previously not been addressed, or in some cases it's a created need, it did not even exist. He is an entrepreneur. The person who brings about already something existing is not an entrepreneur. Yes, something which is already existing, some improvisation is given to that, some creation is given to that, some discovery is done to that, then brought into the existence for the comfort of the customer, for the facilitation of the customer, for the facilitation of the user. He is an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur, he wants to work for themselves and are willing to take risks. As we have already defined in the definition itself, an entrepreneur is the one who undertakes risks, who undertakes responsibility and accountability of a product launch and its success to make it into a business, is an entrepreneur, in order for their ideas or products to succeed. And please remember, an entrepreneur should never ever have assumptions. And apart from that, probably here I need to deliberate with a small anecdote. Dr. Hafiz, if you can just give me my video fully, I think that will be having little. Hello.
Sorry, sir.
If you can just shoot up my video. Hello. Friends. Am I audible? See.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, there is a small anecdote in assumptions. I would like to just put it across. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for confirming that, my dear friends. The anecdote says that one should not have assumptions. Especially an entrepreneur should never carry forward his journey or any step of his life through assumptions. A simple story I will just narrate to you. There is one route in which there is a government bus that is going on, a city bus. A city bus always will have, you know very well, a driver and a conductor. That city bus was every day going in the same route. It has got a lean driver and a lean conductor. Both of them are not having hatta katta personality and all. No, they are not well-built bodied people. They are having lean personalities. So both of them were driving that bus. The conductor was having his own job of ticketing. He cuts the tickets to the people and gives the ticket to the destination which the passenger is opting for. So like that, the journey was going on a day-to-day basis. One fine day, what happened, at one stop, there is a big, very well-built bodied person. You know very well, there is an instruction in the government that even if somebody tries to scratch his head, he has to stop the bus. In the sense, the government wants to facilitate whoever wants to stop at a destination to go to another destination, irrespective of the bus stop. Even if he lifts the hand, he has to stop the bus. So this person who is having a well-built body, he just raised his hand and he stopped the bus. This person, driver stopped the bus, and this person that well-built bodied person entered in. Then ticket, the conductor, then bus started. The conductor, as usual, he came there asking this personality ticket. Then this person, he said, John won't take the ticket. His name is John. John won't take the ticket. And seeing his personality and his well-built body, conductor being a very lean fellow, he thought, agar my ticket puchte to usko, if at all I ask him the ticket, if he gives a blow, I will have my total bones smashed into ashes. So let me not take a risk, then leave it. Only one ticket, no, let us leave it. Then he has left him. Then he got down at his destination. Again, the next day, the same thing. He lifted his hand, driver stopped, he entered into the bus, he sat there. Then again, conductor came, asked for a ticket. Same reply, John won't take the ticket. Then again, same thing. This fellow was literally pissing in his pants and he left him. Then like this, it has been happening since a week or 10 days, like that continuously. Then one fine day, conductor has gone there to the driver and said, you fellow, we are not able to tackle with this fellow. What shall we do? Every day this is the thing that is happening. Then both of them, they thought, if at all they retaliate and reverse to him, that fellow, if he gives a blow with his personality, all their bones will be smashed into ashes. So then they thought, let us not leave him like this. We will do one thing, both of us, we will go on leave for 2 to 3 months. We will learn all martial arts under the face of the earth. Kung Fu, Taekwondo, Karate, what name any martial art, we will learn in 2 months and come back to the duties. Then thinking that, with that assumption that this fellow may give them a blow, so they have to retaliate. Unless they build the body and they are well versed with the martial arts, they cannot even question him. So with that assumption, they have gone on leave. 2.5 months, they learnt every martial art under the face of the earth and came back. After 2.5 months, they joined the duties. Again, the same bus was going on in the same route. This person stopped the bus. Then he got into the bus and said, same answer. Big John, his name is, Big John won't take the ticket. Then, as conductor has got now well-built body and well versed with martial arts, he immediately questioned him, why you don't take the ticket? Then Big John said that, I have a bus pass. So the learning here is, don't assume that being he having such a big personality may give a blow. Unless we ask, we will not have the uncharted clouds to get started. We have to seek clarity. Unless we seek clarity, let us not go with assumptions. Especially entrepreneurs need to have this particular attitude, not to assume anything unless the reality is known with the database and information. This is my first anecdote that I want to start with. So with this, let us start once again the presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now, having said that, we understood why we should not have assumptions, how dangerous they are. There is one more thing in this life one need to understand. Probably many of you must have understood Pareto's principle. You must have heard about Pareto's principle, and this Pareto's principle is applied in many occasions in a different connotations. For example, in sales, if somebody wants to apply this Pareto's principle, they say that 80% of the sale comes from 20% of the customers. Or if somebody wants to utilize in another connotation, like telling that the task to be finished, they will say that 80% of the task will be done with 20% of the efforts. They say like that. So this 80-20 Pareto principle is applied in many cases in different connotations, in different ways. Now, there is one person, I don't know how many of you know, Mr. Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey is a marketing and management author he has written so many books. One of the famous books of Mr. Stephen Covey is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Probably many of you must have heard about this book, and probably you must not be knowing who is the author, or you may be also knowing that Stephen Covey, Mr. Stephen Covey is the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This person has invented one principle, 90-10 principle. What does this principle says? Any entrepreneur need to understand this, or any person moving in the society also need to understand this. What does it say is, the 90% of the reactions are happening in this world because of the 10% of happenings. 10%, whatever it happens to us in the life is just 10%. 90% is the one how we react to that particular happening. For example, if there is a happening in a day when you are going out, if something bad has happened in the house, something unwanted, something unpleasant has happened, it will be only an incidence of just 10%. Whereas the 90% we react, what we react to that situation or to that incident is what decides the whole day or decides the whole gamut of events. 10% is the only happening. 90% how you react, it matters. So just we'll see how it goes about. It's a small story. I'll keep on reading, just see, try to understand how it goes. See, what is this principle? 10% of life is made up of what happens to you, and 90% of life is decided by how we react to that. What does this mean? It means we really have no control over 10% of what happens to us. Probably everybody is able to read this. We cannot stop the car from breaking down. The plane will be late arriving, which throws out the whole schedule off. A driver may cut off in the traffic. We have no control over this 10%. The other 90% is different. It determines the other, you only determine the other 90%. It means how it is by our reaction. See, the day starts in this way. You are having a breakfast with your family. Your daughter knocks over a cup of tea onto your business shirt. When you are getting ready to go to the office, the coffee was knocked down to your business shirt. We have no control over what has happened, because that kid also by mistake she has spilled over that coffee onto your shirt. What happens next is what it will be determining your next part of the day. What happened? Then you cursed your daughter. You harshly scold your daughter for knocking the cup over. She breaks down into tears. After scolding her, you turn to your wife and you criticize her for placing the cup too close to the edge of the table. a short verbal battle happens. You storm upstairs and change your shirt. Back downstairs, you find your daughter has been too busy crying to finish her breakfast and getting ready to go to school. She misses the bus because she is mood off. You have switched off her mood by cursing her. Once she misses the bus, then your spouse must leave immediately for work. You also rush to the car and drive your daughter to the car because bus is missed. You will drive the car. You are becoming late to the office. You will drive the car 40 miles per hour in a road of 30 miles per hour limit. Then you will have a police fine. Police will catch you and he will put on the fine. After a 15 minutes delay and throwing 60 rupees traffic fine away, you arrive at school. Every day your daughter used to say goodbye to you, but that day as she is mood off, she will go without saying goodbye to you. After arriving at the office 20 minutes late, there you will realize you have forgotten your briefcase. Because all this tensed mood, all this mood of situation, you have forgotten your briefcase and your day has started terribly. As it continues, it seems to get worse day minute by minute. When you arrive at home, you find a small wedge in your relationship with your wife and daughter. Both of them are having their own agony. Why? Because how you reacted in the morning. What did you had bad day? Because of the simple overreaction of you just for a spill of coffee. Instead of that, now we see the other way around. What will happen? Did the coffee cause this event? Did your daughter cause this event? Did the police fellow who fined you cause this event? Or did you cause? The answer is D. How? You had no control over what has happened with the coffee. But how you reacted in those 5 seconds? If you would have just kept quiet and said to your daughter, "Arey, don't worry, this has happened for this time, next time you don't do this." That's enough. Coffee splashes over you, your daughter is about to cry, you gently say, "It's okay, honey, you just need to be more careful next time." That's enough. Grabbing a towel, you go to upstairs and change your shirt simply. You grab your briefcase and you come back down in time to look through the window and see your child getting into the bus, because she won't miss the bus. You have not switched off her mood. She will do normally. She turns and waves her hand. You arrive 5 minutes early, cheerfully greet the staff, and you go with your briefcase and everything. Notice the difference. You didn't even cried on your wife. She is also happy. 2 different scenarios, both started the same time, but both ended in a different way. Why? It is just because how you reacted in the first event and how you proactively taken in the second event. You really have no control over 10% what it happens in the life, whereas the other 90% was determined by your reaction. This is what is known as 90-10 principle. So please look into these type of things, my dear friends. So now, probably all of you are able to see the last examples. The examples here is why I have quoted that 90-10. The people below whom I have given here are those people. These people are very successful from our local markets. In fact, they are successful entrepreneurs from our Hyderabad only. First thing, if you see in the example, Bolanth Industries is started by, you people will be surprised. Please hold your breath. He is a blind person. The Bolanth Industries founder and CEO is the blind person by name Srikanth Bolla. This person is a blind person or differently abled person from his birth itself. And this person was not given a chance to study in India. So he has taken it as a challenge when he was refused to get a seat in IITs and all at India. He has gone globally applied, and he has gone to Massachusetts University, MIT Institute of Technology, and got his degree, BTech degree. From there he came back and he started Bolanth Industries. And the second one, if you see, his name is Banyan Nation. Actually, Banyan Nation is the company which is started by Mani Kishore Vajpayee Ajula. This person is from Walangal Institute of Technology. This person has started his own industry from plastic waste. Instead of manufacturing virgin plastics, he has taken recycled plastic and made it as eco-friendly plastic granules. Whereas Bolanth Industries person, he has taken industrial effluents and made from that industrial effluents, wastage was taken and purchased, and he has prepared printable ink adhesives also, plastic adhesives he has prepared from the industrial effluents. That is an innovation which he has done. He is an entrepreneur, and successfully he has been awarded in the world. And the second person whom I said, Banyan Nation, this person started Banyan Nation in the form of recycled plastic. He has produced plastic granules which are recycled with eco-friendly touch to that, and these granules are purchased by big companies like Hindustan Lever and other FMCG companies. And the third person, if you look at, his name is Dr. Bharat Reddy. The third company is Millet Marvels. Millet Marvels is a restaurant concept in which this person is a doctor by his profession. He is a cardiologist. He is a renowned cardiologist, interventional cardiologist by name Dr. Bharat Reddy, who has started out of his passion, his entrepreneurship passion. He started millets preparations in the form of millet snacks, millet breakfast, millets rice items. He started restaurant, Millet Marvels restaurants. Now he has graduated to a stage, he is giving franchises also in Millet Marvels. So to that stage, this person has graduated. So these three people are definitely inspirational people, inspirational leaders for any startup entrepreneur within Hyderabad. And our own these people whom I told, now you can see their photographs. The first person is Mr. Srikanth Bola, who is the MD and the founder of Bolanth Industries. The second person is Mr. Mani Kishore Vajpayee Ajula. He is from Banyan Nation. And the third person is Dr. Bharat Reddy, professionally who is a cardiologist. And this Bharat Reddy, I need to add upon, he is a celebrity also. He is a film celebrity. You people must have seen him in pictures like Gaganam, Attarintiki Daredi, even NTR's Mahanayakudu and Kathanayakudu. In so many pictures you can see this person, Dr. Bharat Reddy. He is a film actor, he is an interventional cardiologist, and an inspirational entrepreneur for people like us. In startups, he is the person who is successfully enrolling Millet Marvels as a startup. Now it has graduated to a level of entering into a production also. Apart from giving franchises, he started production unit of his own also. These are all the inspirational leaders for us. Then types of entrepreneurs. If you look at the types of entrepreneurs, innovative entrepreneurs. First one is innovative entrepreneurs who find something entirely new and not existing till then out of the box. It will not be seen in the market. Those people are known as innovative entrepreneurs. All of you people must be knowing the difference between discovery and innovation. Discovery is the one which is found out, which is already there in the world, but people could not find it out. Somebody else finds out, which is existing in the world, but not came into it has not come into the notice of so many people. So someone who discovers it, which is already there in the world and shown. For example, Columbus discovered India, the route to India. Columbus is the person who discovered through ocean route, he discovered India, which was there in the map, which was there in the universe. India was there, whereas Columbus discovered it. In the same way, innovation, the example of innovation, Thomas Alva Edison invented bulb. It was not existing earlier in the world. In the universe, there was no electric bulb. That was invented by Thomas Alva Edison. So innovation is nothing but something which is not at all entirely existing in this world, which is brought into the world out of the box. That is innovation. Then there are some people who are initiative entrepreneurs. Initiative entrepreneurs means somebody who has got some model already available in the market, but they imitate suitably and bring about something else as a small improvised model on the existing model. These people are known as initiative entrepreneurs who imitate suitable innovations of the first group, contribute to the economy of underdeveloped countries, suiting to their local conditions, and bring industries to the poorer countries. See, these initiative entrepreneurs will be requiring small amounts of money because they are going to imitate suitably from the innovative entrepreneurs and bring some small prototypes or small models to the lower or poorer countries which are having less affordability. These people are initiative entrepreneurs. And Fabian entrepreneurs, this is another type of entrepreneurs who will be little bit shy and lazy. They will be having some work with them. They will not be so explicitly coming out to take up the startup. And these people are not risk takers. Please remember, Fabian entrepreneurs are not risk takers. Most of the times, Fabian entrepreneurs will be second generation entrepreneurs or third generation entrepreneurs. Some people who have started, their grandfather or father would have started that total organization. Then these people hierarchically would have taken over that organization and keeping up. They will be most of the times, they won't come into the forefront. They will be sending their CEOs, their C-level executives. They will be in the back end. They will be a little shy and lazy. They will be like sleeping partners. They will be definitely running the show, but not in the front end. In the back end, they will not be coming forward and they will not be able to take the risky decisions. They will put some C-level executives in front and ask them, make them accountable and responsible for whatever the decision they take. So Fabian entrepreneurs are, most of the times, they are the second generation or third generation entrepreneurs who will be in the back end. In the front end, they will send their C-level executives or other hierarchically people who are in the top levels into the front and run the business. Now, the fourth type of entrepreneurs will be drone entrepreneurs. Drone entrepreneurs means these people are those who refuse copying or using opportunities. They don't want opportunity that is available there to use. These people are little conventional in their approach. No, if somebody has invented or somebody brought some model, I don't want to take it up. They will say that I want to have something of my own. They will be having conventionally trained approach for themselves and some set practices. They feel that they are the perfectionists. But unfortunately, these people have very slow progress because they will not be dynamic. They will not be taking dynamic decisions and assertive decisions. These people will be having a conventional approach. In the sense, they believe in one thing and they want to progress only in that particular path. They don't want to listen others and they will have their own set and laid path, conventionally laid path. So these people most of the times will be having a slow progress and they fall behind. They will not be flowing through the wind. They will not be flowing through as per the market. So they will be definitely left behind. Those people will be known as laggards. They will be very slow in their progress. Now, what makes any entrepreneur 100%? Why I am bringing this concept is, any entrepreneur, after coming to know all these four types, first you people decide to which type of entrepreneurship you want to become. Whether you want to choose an innovative entrepreneurship model, or you want to have something with low budget, something an imitating type of suitably innovative model to the low budget profile. You want to choose the initiative entrepreneurship model, or if you people have got your father or your family run business, if you want to take over that business and become business in the second generation, and if you want to become a Fabian entrepreneur, you slowly will not be having much exposure. Please remember that. If you want to start, you take a part of your family run business finance and start. Probably you can have your own innovation and discovery to get satisfied to start a new business. And the fourth type is grown entrepreneurs, which I told they will be little conservative, having cultural. I don't think people will try to prefer this fourth type. So now, having said all this, who is that? Dr. Hafiz, can you mute these people? Yeah. See, any entrepreneur need to have, if he has to become 100% perfect, any entrepreneur, if he has to become 100% holistic person, what makes him 100%? Let us look into this. For looking into this, we need to understand one small exercise. The exercise is, let each letter in the alphabet has a value equals to its sequential number in the alphabetical order. For example, A to Z, there are 26 letters. If you are choosing A value will be 1. For example, if you choose H's value will be 8. In the same way, Q value will be 17 because in the 17th place it is. So in that way, if you formulate few words, for example, B-A-T, bat. If you formulated a word by name bat, B-A-T, that means B 2, A 1, so 2 plus 1, 3, T is 20, 3 plus 20, 23. So bat word has got the value of 23. In that parlance, if we look at what makes any human being 100% is skills. If a person has got skills, now you calculate based on the placement of that particular letter in the alphabetical order. If you calculate skills as a word, if anyone has got skills, he will be 82% holistic. If a person has got knowledge, same way you calculate. If a person has got skills, he is 82% holistic. If a person has got knowledge, he is 96% holistic in his approach and his personality. If a person has got hard work, he is 98% holistic in his personality. Now, what makes 100%? Let us see. Attitude. The person's way he looks at any given task. Attitude, the literal meaning. This word has got a very misconception and misconnotations. Everybody uses the word attitude in their own perspective, in their own way. Some, especially in this young generation, hey, this fellow has got a big attitude here. His attitude is not good. And he is a person with a very bad attitude. He is a person with attitude. As per their will and wish, they use the word attitude. Attitude literally meaning, and the definition of attitude says that any person, the way he look at any given task, the way he perceives any given task, the way a person looks at or opinion, his opinion about a given task is his attitude. A personality, whoever having an opinion or the way he looks at anything is nothing but his attitude. If he looks at that particular given task or an event or a person looks at an issue in a particular way, that is his attitude. So the attitude makes any person 100% holistic. That's how the learning goes. So any entrepreneur should have this attitude. Attitude need to be very precise for any person who wants to take up entrepreneurship. Now, if we look at, there are Panchabhutas for entrepreneurship. Panchabhutas, everybody knows that. Prudhi Vyapas Tejo Vayur Akashaha. That means we call five elements, five bhutas. They are nothing but Prudhi, earth, Vayu, air, Teja means fire, Vayuhu, space. Okay? Prudhi Vyapas Tejo Vayuhu means air, Akasha. Prudhi, earth, Vyapa, Apa means water. I am sorry. Prudhi means earth, Apa means water, and Tejo means fire, and Vayu, air, Akasha, that is space. So these are the 5 elements required for any universe. In the same way, Panchabhutas of entrepreneurship are: number 1, passion. These are the 5 elements required for entrepreneurship, like Panchabhutas for the universe. Please remember this. Passion. If passion is not there, entrepreneurship is a waste. Please remember this. To start up, to go for a startup, to become an entrepreneur, if you don't have a passion of ideas, passion of generating goals, passion that you have to make your company an adventurous one, an exciting one, you don't have a passion. That's what it shows. So better you don't venture into entrepreneurship life at all. And a person need to be very much brave. He need to have a lot of bravery, because he has to take calculated risks. He has to face failures, and from the failure only he has to see the positivity to make it success. From the failure only he has to learn so many things. He should have a bravery of facing the failures, facing the challenges, thereby taking the learnings and proceeding ahead. That's the bravery. The second of the Panchabhutas of entrepreneurship. The third one of Panchabhutas of entrepreneurship is flexibility. You have to be very much flexible. You have to adjust according to the situation. You have to adjust and mold yourself and your ideas as per the situation. Experience lot of setbacks. There will be a lot of setbacks. No problem. Chalo. The mindset should say that, yes, if my plan A is not working out, I should have plan B and plan C also ready. I need to be flexible in this situation. I should not be so stringent. I should not hold on only to my word. Let me be flexible so that it will be useful for the employees, or it will be useful for the market also, to get the product rolled on. Such sort of flexibility is required as a third element of Panchabhutas of entrepreneurship. Then fourth one is strong work ethic. If a person don't have work ethics in the work, if you don't have ethics, he can never be a model for his team as well as for his customers also. In fact, most of the times, many customers I have seen, they feel the entrepreneur or that company product which they are purchasing will become a role model to the customer itself. Such type of people are there. For example, Infosys. It's a business. Yes, Infosys is a software business. Narayana Murthy Garu has become a big role model to many people. In that way, Wipro, Mr. Ajim Premji, even Ratan Tata, the Tata's group head, Mr. Ratan Tata, has become a big and inspirational leader because of his ethics, because of the values which he inoculates in his own team and to the society also. That's where strong work ethic comes into the picture. And now fifth element of Panchabhuta of entrepreneurship is integrity. Integrity means the trust what you have within yourself, the honesty that you have within yourself will drive the customers to go for your product without any doubt. The trust what you build up, the integrity what you build up in your product production, in your product promotion will not only inoculate the values into your employees within the team, it also inoculates a sort of confidence and taken granted type of mode in your customers also, that yes, this particular entrepreneur, this particular industry owner, whatever the product he produces, it has got a trustworthy relationship with us. They should feel that. That is integrity. So these are the Panchabhutas of entrepreneurship: passion, bravery, flexibility, strong work ethic, and integrity. Now, if we look at the next one is the qualities. Especially we need to look at what qualities and habits of an entrepreneur are required. The qualities of entrepreneur, we call it as I call it as 10 commandments. Why 10 commandments? As you all know that in Hindu mythology or in Indian mythology, if you look at 10 Dashawataras so preciously held by the people, like that Dashawataras only, 10 commandments are essential habits for any entrepreneur. The first one is creativity. Creativity is the one you should have a pen down and pin down and laundry list of ideas to create for yourself, which will give birth to something new. Because unless you have a laundry of ideas, you need not have solutions for some issue props up. if you have a creativity within you, even a small issue props up in any point of your entrepreneurial journey. If you have a creativity, you have got laundry list of solutions with you. You can immediately sort it out with a course correction and proceed forward, and generating new products for similar markets also. If one product is not successful, you will have so many products in your pipeline on your laundry list of ideas. You can immediately launch one more product, because the cost of production, if you have the same line extensions or same type of product which is ready as an alternative with you, if one product won't click, the production cost probably can be reduced if you have one more product ready with you. So immediately if you can launch, and I have seen many entrepreneurs, many a times if one product was not successful, immediately they start launching 1, 2, 3, 4 products, because the loss they incurred because of the non-selling of the first 1 or 2 products, they will incur heavy profits in the next subsequent 3, 4 products when they launch. So such type of entrepreneurial creativity is required. That is the first commandment of 10 commandments of essential qualities. The second commandment is professionalism. The mannerism or the behavior with which your employees or your clientele behave, that's where the self-discipline what you have. If you have a self-discipline and the target achievements that you give for yourself and your employees will have a sort of professionalism, and your employees as well as your customers also feel like getting associated with you for a long run business goals. And if you look at the third one is risk taking. As we have already deliberated in our earlier slides, risk taking mentality is very important for an entrepreneur. Then passion and perseverance. Why passion and perseverance? Because if you have a passion, you will not look back, and if you have a passion, your dedication, involvement will be double or triple than a normal person. Then perseverance. Why perseverance? Even if you don't get success, or when you are driving a vehicle, or when you have your own driving force within you, even if somewhere it goes wrong also, you will immediately revive back and get back to the vision for which you are aiming at. Perseverance means never give up attitude. Perseverance means you will harp on the same thing time and again till the time you get success. That is perseverance. Perseverance means never give up, and at the same time the persuasion about getting a task done is very close and very meticulous. That is perseverance. I will just show you this example. Just see this. If you see this, you will understand what perseverance is. We can learn sometimes even perseverance from small animals. Small animals also will teach us perseverance. How? Just see. One it's contemporary sleeping. It contemporary sleeping in that shoe. It has entered. Now this fellow is trying its best to enter inside. At one stage it will get tired, but it will not leave. Just observe this. It got tired. It is taking a bit gap and relaxation, but again it won't leave. Even entrepreneurs also sometimes know when we get tired, if you give this much relaxation, you will get an idea. So it has taken a relaxation. Now it is changing its tangent. You just see. It is not trying in the same conventional way. It has changed its way of, now you see. It's almost through. It has changed its tangent of approach to enter inside. Yes. Now it is successful. You see, it is showing its victory, the pride in her victory. You just see, the pride in her victory it is showing. So like this, any entrepreneur need to have a perseverance, never give up attitude. Now, the fifth one is among the 10 commandments, planning. unless you have a proper planning and meticulous strategy that is worked out, you will not be working in a systematic manner to reach your goal, because it is minimum to do a small pitfall in the plan also. That is enough damage can be caused and enough damage can be incurred to your business if your plan goes wrong hither thither, or if you proceed without any plan. Please remember that. Now, sixth commandment of the quality or the habit one entrepreneur need to have is knowledge of operating market dynamics, and knowledge of your competitor, knowledge pertaining to anything, knowledge of, first of all, whichever is the market you are operating with, and knowledge of your competitor, how your competitor is performing, and SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Normally I change this word weakness as areas of improvement, because the connotated word weakness itself inoculates weakness. So I don't want to use this word. We can think about strengths, areas of improvement, opportunities, and threats, and learning enthusiasm to keep abreast. And if you see the seventh one, social skills, you should have networking skills. Unless you have networking skills and relationship building skills, you will not be a successful entrepreneur, because you need to have good amount of networking, and wherever if something goes wrong also, whom to approach, what to approach, and how to approach. With this networking and social skills only, you will be able to remove the knot, because knots are expected in any journey. Journey can never be smooth, especially entrepreneurial journey can never be so smooth. It appears like bed of roses, but underneath the bed of roses there will be thorns. Please remember, పైన కనిపించేంత సాఫీగా రోజెస్ బెడ్ ఉండదు. ఆ రోజా పువ్వుల బెడ్ అయినా కూడా దాని కింద ముళ్ళు ఉండడం అనేది సహజమైన విషయం. We need to understand that. Appears like bed of roses, but underneath the bed of roses there will be thorns. Especially to remove those thorns, or where sometimes చిక్కు ముళ్ళు అంటాం మనం పయనించే మార్గంలో చిక్కుముళ్ళు కూడా ఉంటాయి, స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్స్ ఉంటాయి. వాటిని దాటుకొని పోవడానికి, టు క్రాస్ దోస్ స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్స్ ఆర్ టు unveil the knots, the tied up knots, you definitely will be requiring a social skill and networking skill and relationship building skills. And eighth one, open-mindedness towards learning. Unless you have open-mindedness, if you think that whatever I learned till this time is over, I have conquered the world, that will be the end of your entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship never stops at a place. It keeps on continuing, it keeps on growing. Unless you have continuous zeal and enthusiasm to learn, you will not be able to improve your product, or you will not be able to keep on satisfying your customers and internal employees. Because today's requirement, tomorrow's may not be. Today's luxury, or today's luxury, tomorrow it will become a necessity. We don't know. In the same way, you have to mold yourself and keep learning for yourself and learning for people, and you should have open-mindedness for failure also. Because unless you have open-mindedness for failure, you will not be able to be successful, and you will stuck at one place. If you don't have open-mindedness for failure, you will keep on regretting after one failure. No, you should not do. A failure should give you experience. From that experience you should have learning. From that learning you should have challenging the status quo. Today's situation, whatever it is, you need to challenge with the experience that you have gained from the learnings of your failure. Like that you should go. And empathy, the ninth commandment of the essential qualities of an entrepreneur is empathy. You should have a capability of being in the customer or being in the employee's shoes and think about. You should just be there, think out and come out. You should not remain there. You should just think like a customer, or you should just think like an employee, empathizing, being in their shoes, coming out and again giving them a solution, or giving them a plethora of solutions, among which they will choose one and go ahead for further steps. So that empathy is required. And customer orientation or consumer orientation, it is nothing but you are treating your customer as a god. Customer is the god, because he is the one who gives you business. So customer orientation is 100% required among the 10 commandments of essential qualities of an entrepreneur. Now, what are the 6 steps in entrepreneurial journey? If you look at discovery or opportunity identification, that is problem statement. First step is you have to define a problem statement. What is the problem? If you want to become a startup entrepreneur, first of all, in the market, you should understand which one problem need to be taken. If there is an unaddressed or unattended problem existing in the society, for example, if you are living in a community, in a particular colony, there is one problem which is not attended to, which is not addressed properly as per the expected level of the residents there. So you should take up that as a problem, and you should first define what is the problem and what is the problem what this problem has got a solution. This solution can be some 8-9 types will be there. First of all, you should define what is the problem, how the problem is happening, where the problem is happening, who are the sufferers or who are the victims of that problem. This is nothing but problem definition and giving a statement. Problem definition is when you go to a place, you have identified some unattended or unaddressed issue, a small unaddressed issue. This unaddressed or unattended issue needs to be taken up. It needs to be described. This particular problem or issue is affecting which population, which type of people, and which area it is having this problem, and what will be the repercussion of this problem, what will be the consequence of this issue or this problem in that particular area. Then after defining this problem, how it need to be addressed, what are the different solutions that we can address this problem. So problem definition and problem addressing, that is nothing but totally problem statement. We call it as problem statement. Once we define the problem statement and problem is defined, now we have to go for a market research where how the opportunity for, if at all this problem has got a solution, some 3-4 solutions you have identified. Among these 3-4 solutions to address that particular unattended, unaddressed problem, among these 3-4 solutions, now we will go for evaluation, to evaluate, to validate among the 3-4 alternative solutions that I have got in my hand, which will be more appropriately suiting to the situation. How we will know? We will understand that through market research. That means in the market where we are going to launch this product or start our industry, we will go for a research whether this particular product, if at all it is introduced into that market, will it be taken up properly by the customers, or demography, we call it as demography. Demography means the population in and around that area, the age group of that population. For example, if you are going to launch a product for middle-aged group, especially middle-aged group people, if you see that in the demography within that area, if lot of adolescents and geriatric patients are there, geriatric means who are above, that is senior citizens. If there are more of senior citizens existing in that area and more of adolescents means a children who are below teenage, if the people are below teenage, that means 12, below 12 years, 11, 12, before below the age group of 12 and above the age group of 60, if more people are available in that market, but you are going to launch a product for adult age, will it survive? That's how the market research will come to your hand. Now, taking the demographic details also is very important when you go for a market evaluation with a product. What type of product I am launching, to which age group, or sometimes to which sex. If you are going to launch, for example, the recent trend, menstrual cups have come. Now the menstrual cups you are going to launch in a place where there is a female population itself is less. Sometimes if there is a population which are having senior citizens more or the same adolescent group is more, they are yet to come into menarche, or some people are having menopause already. Then what is the use of launching that product with menstrual cups in that particular market? You should have a proper market evaluation, which product to be launched at which place. So that's where market research comes to your rescue. Now business plan. If there is a business plan aligned in your plan, in your strategy, whatever the product you are producing, if you have a business plan, how to promote, where to promote, what to promote, what is the price at which it need to be promoted, these are all the things which will come under business plan. Business plan means the plan that ensures a good profitable sales for your product in a given community of customers. That is business plan. Then the next step is setting up the company. If you have it, we'll once again run through from first. If you have a discovery or an opportunity identification through which you will write a problem statement and problem definition is done, then you will go for market evaluation to find out opportunity. Once you found out opportunity and market research is done and evaluated which product need to be launched, once the product is ready to be launched, you will have a business plan how to take forward the product into the market, with what price I need to take over the product into the market, with what area I need to promote the product. Is it only restricting to Hyderabad, or shall I take it to Chennai, Bangalore and Delhi also? That's how the business plan goes. When all these things are set ready, then you will set up the company. The company will be set up at one place, the company registration, getting finances sorted out, resourcing. Now if you have all this plan ready with you, this is known as project plan. If the project plan is ready with you with a prototype means the primitive product that you have produced before taking it into the market. Prototype, the word prototype says that if you have a prototype in your hand, that is, it is the primitive product design that is prepared to show to the investors or funders. So when that is ready and your plan of action is ready to set the business and your company plan is also ready where the company needs to be set up, then if you give a plan with what will be the finances, what will be the finance that will be incurred to start this particular company, and what will be the resources that you are expecting forward. If you go with a project plan like this, then investors will come forward. Finding the right business organization for your business and how to take your business online, how do you hire employees for a new business. These are all the things which will come under fourth domain of entrepreneurial journey. Now the fifth one is managing the company. Once you have got your resources ready with you, investors ready with you, hired the employees, now it comes to managing the company. That is also not a joke. Managing a company is a very big task in front of you, because lot of things need to be looked into: administration, operations, human resource management, and at the same time marketing, sales and marketing department need to be looked at. So many things, logistics, supply chain management is very important for catering your product from the production point to the saleable point and to the customer. That is what is known as logistics. Logistics means the supply chain management from the point of production till the point of sale. That is till the point of customer. That is supply chain management. Even sometimes getting the raw material from one place to your factory also come under supply chain management and logistics only, where the raw material comes and reaches your factory, where the raw material will be converted into a finished product. That also will be coming into logistics and supply chain management. So managing the company is not that joke. So many things are involved in that. You need to have a plan for this. Now the sixth and last step is harvesting or growing the company. After doing all these 5 points, 5 exercises and 5 steps, after crossing all 5 steps, now you have come to the level of managing a company considerably well. Now, do you think that we will stand there only? Now, after reaching one stage of the company, you have to harvest more and more. You have to irrigate more and harvest more on that to grow the company from one level to another level. Today it must be 50 crores company. Then next year you will be planning a 15% growth. In the sense, you will be planning 15% on 50. In the sense, how much it will be? 57.5. 15% growth, in the sense it will be another 7.5%, 7.5 crores more. Then 57.5 crores next year, then another 10% or 15% if you plan. then again you will be adding upon another 8 crores easily. So like that it should grow. Now if we look at the next one, if you look at 7 steps for entrepreneurs to march towards success. These 7 steps are so important and we need to look into. Why? Because this 7 number is such a fanatic one. If you look at how many things are there related to 7, just to remember, 7 days, 7 seas, 7 sages, Saptarshulu antamu, 7 sisters. Probably many of you must be knowing 7 sisters of northeastern states. You must be knowing Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, then 7 sisters, like that 7 places are there in the northeastern province. If you look at even after Mizoram, Tripura, if you see these are all the things which will come under 7 places, like 7 sisters, 7 wonders of the world. So the 7 number has got such a significance. In the same way, 7 steps for entrepreneurs to march towards success. The first step is inspiration. Just to remember 7, I have given all these 7 numbers attributed to 7 different things. Just remember 7. These are all not much important. These are all important to you to remember the number 7. So what are those 7 steps? 7 steps is first step if you look at inspiration. What is your motivation? In the first slide we have seen the motivation for business or the motivation for success. What is the motivation? What is your motivation for becoming an entrepreneur? That first inspiration, the motivation to become an entrepreneur. I have shown you 3 local people of Hyderabad who are successful entrepreneurs. Among them, one person is a differently abled personality also. When such differently abled personality also is becoming so and so successful, even in spite, many times human beings have got one habit. If somebody asks that why you are not performing this task, every human being will have a tendency to tell 100 excuses. They think that it is reason. Many times when somebody asks why you could not do this, we will say because of these things. Because means it's an excuse. But there are people in this world who are performing saying that in spite of, అది ఉన్నప్పటికీ కూడా మనం ఏమంటాం హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్గా, ఇది లేకపోవడం వల్ల, అది లేకపోవడం వల్ల, అది అలా అవ్వకపోవడం వల్ల నేను ఇలా చేయలేకపోయాను. కానీ ప్రపంచంలో మనతో పాటే జీవించే చాలా వ్యక్తుల్లో ఇలా ఉన్నప్పటికీ కూడా నేను ఈ విషయాన్ని సాధించగలిగాను అని చెప్పేవాళ్ళు మన పక్కనే, శ్రీకాంత్ బొల్లా లాంటి వాళ్ళు మన పక్కనే ఉన్నారు. పుట్టు గుడ్డి వాడైనా కూడా, అతను డిఫరెంట్లీ ఏబుల్డ్ పర్సన్ అయినా కూడా, ఇన్ స్పైట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ దిస్ పర్సన్ హ్యాస్ బికమ్ అన్ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ టు పీపుల్ లైక్ us, becoming a successful entrepreneur within no time, just utilizing the industrial effluent waste from pharma industry solvents, the solvents which are thrown into the gutters and drainage. He has taken those solvents, requesting the pharma companies, those solvents are converted into now chemically printable ink and adhesives. He has manufactured adhesives, plastic adhesives with those solvents which are thrown out into the drain. So such type of innovation has come from a person in spite of being differently abled. So these people are inspirations for us. So entrepreneur need to be having that inspiration. Then the second one is preparation. After having inspiration and motivation within, he need to be prepared. Do you have what it takes for an entrepreneur? Are you well prepared? Are you well equipped with to become a successful entrepreneur? Equipment in the sense, we have seen in the last slide that these 6 steps of entrepreneurial journey. Have you done meticulously well all these 6 steps? Have you ensured all these 6 steps meticulously and judiciously, paying lot of due diligence to this? సరైన కాన్సంట్రేషన్ తో, సరైన వ్యవహారాలన్నీ కరెక్ట్ గా ప్లాన్ తో చేశారా? ఇవన్నీ చేసి ఉండి, ఆర్ యూ క్యాపబుల్? నౌ we said that second, are you prepared well to become a successful entrepreneur? This is the second step of success towards march towards the success. The third step is assessment. Once you have inspiration and preparation, have you assessed what is the idea you plan to offer through your venture? Have you assessed? Earlier we have done market research and evaluation. Do you know, you have seen in the earlier slide, once we go for market evaluation and market research, while doing that process, have we assessed whether our product, our venture will be a good offer to the society? That is assessment. Step 3. Step 4, exploring the resources. In the earlier slide also, most of the slides will be mimicking here, but I am trying to emphasize to you people that these are all the things almost one and the same, but at the same time you have to look at in a different angle and different perspective to explore new things. Where am I getting suited in this particular journey of success as an entrepreneur? We need to look at this. So the fourth step among the 7 steps of successful entrepreneurship, exploring resources. What resources that I have got? Resource management is very important point any entrepreneur should have, because sometimes the resources may be just within a 5-6 kilometers of your operational area, but sometimes without having much knowledge about the local area, sometimes the raw material will be getting imported from some hundreds of miles together. From there they will be importing the raw material, whereas one fine day this person realizes there is a resource of raw material just within 5 kilometers vicinity of the area where he is operating. That's a resource management, because till then he would have incurred losses by importing through supply chain management, by importing a raw material from 100 miles away, 200 miles away place, whereas he will be having the resource of that raw material within 5 kilometers itself. So one should have due diligence paid for what resources that I have got in the near vicinity, financial resources or human resources. Sometimes some human resources who are there as employees within ourselves, we will not realize his actual capability and intelligence. Human resource is also a resource. Never think that time is a resource, and time is also a very important resource, my dear friends. Many people don't realize that time is a resource. Time is an invaluable, unreturnable resource. Please remember, you cannot get back one moment which you have lost. The most irreversible, irreparable and irrecoverable resource is the time. Please remember, time is an irrevocable, irreversible, irreparable resource. You cannot get back. Please remember, time is also an important resource. Financial resources, human resources. We need to judiciously use the resources which we have got within our control and become a successful entrepreneur exploring the resources. Now the fifth one is business plan. This also we have discussed earlier. Unless you have a proper and meticulous business plan, you will not be enrolling a successful business model. And sixth one is navigation. What is this navigation? In what direction will you take your venture? Where will you go for guidance? Navigation in the sense, when you take your venture, is it the way you want to go, proceeding in the same line, or you want to have a line extensions? If you have some products, for example, I'll give an example of Hindustan Lever. Hindustan Lever in FMCG companies, Hindustan Lever is initially long back, it is known for toothpaste and soaps. Then later this company, from toothpaste, soaps and detergents, it has come up with coconut oils, shampoos, so many shampoos, so many soap. Like that they have got varied level of navigation from one type of group of industry to another type of group of industries they have gone. So like this, step 7, then launch. When and how will you launch your venture is another question. How you are going to launch? Now the significance of market research. If you look at the significance of market research, for finding out the problem statement and defining the problem statement, market research is almost and utmost important because while doing market research, a startup market research is nothing but it need to be done like a post-graduation course in the entrepreneurship world. Please remember, when a person is doing a market research as an entrepreneur, he will be definitely adjudged that he has done a post-graduation course in the entrepreneurial world. Such a type of meticulous concentration, I can say, the meticulous concentration will be given to this market research as if he has done a post-graduation course in the entrepreneurial world. That's what is exactly pursued by many people when it is a startup research. Unless you do in such a dedicated way, your market research can never be a successful one. This gives you to find out the problem and locate the problem properly and define the problem also, and to design a successful problem statement. Because when you go for presenting your project to any bank or any investors, they will first see what is the problem statement, how it is designed, how well it is defined also. Definition and designing, please remember, defining and designing the problem statement is utmost important when you are going for a market research and formulating a project report. When you give a project report, first thing they will see is how well the problem is defined and designed. That is very important, which will be possible only when you do a meticulous market research. Please remember that. To determine the viability of a new service and product through potential customers, this market research is important and significant, and should not be done only to establish or to prove that your idea is right. Please remember, market research should never be a biased one. Your market research should not be having questionnaire or anything only to prove that your product is good. You have to take definitely unbiased one, and it may have tantrums and criticisms also. Unless you welcome the criticisms in the market research, you will not be able to bring about an appropriate and a customer friendly product into the market. Sometimes you have produced one product, you have given for a trial in the market, you want to take a market survey and research. If somebody gives a brutal feedback that it is useless and worthless product, you should not feel taken aback. No, you should consider that and try to improvise the product. Then only your product will be 100% successful. Never ever undermine among 20 feedbacks. If 1 or 2 feedbacks are bad, never undermine. Oh, 2 among 20, no, it's only 10%. Never undermine. That 10% matters a lot sometimes, which may give, see, 10 among 20 is a small sample. You extrapolate this, 10 among 2000. That means 200 among 2000. 2 among 20 becomes 200 among 2000. So 10%, how good it matters when you increase the volumes. So never ever undermine that small chunk of critical feedback that you have got. Probably it will give you lot of insight and eye openers. Looks fantastic on paper, but when you come to paper or prototype, but later it may flop also. That's what I was telling you earlier. You will feel that your product is fantastic and good, but later it will be proved to be a flop. So we need to be very much ready for even a second plan B also. And to test ideas, market research is the best way. It goes a long way. If it is right, fantastic. Otherwise, rework from the beginning. Because market research will give you a way in the middle of your production itself. It will give a way whether to proceed further or rework back from the beginning. Because your cost incurred will become little lessened. If you go for market research after entire product production, once again, if you have to go back and rework from the beginning, the cost involved in the total project will go to task. Please remember that. And gives information, market research gives information about right solution to a right problem through a right product to sell, and right plan to sell, right place to sell, and right price at which you have to sell. Please remember, when you go for a market research, there will be a lot of feedbacks which will be telling you the product of X is so much priced, the product Y is so much priced, whereas the quality is less. So these things, if you give a product with high quality and high very economical price, probably your product will be the best survivor in the market. Good quality, best quality with economy. Never use the word, please, my dear friends, For heaven's sake, never use the word cheap. Cheap is a very, very negative connotated word. Please use only appropriately priced or economically priced. The words like appropriately priced means the word signifies to you that as per the quality it is priced, appropriately priced, or you use the word economically priced or it is economical. Never ever use the word cheap. Even when you are pronouncing, if you see a person pronouncing the word cheap itself, if you see his face, the word cheap pronunciation and economy pronunciation, you just differentiate. When a person is pronouncing these two words, you just differentiate the facial feelings. Cheap word, when they are pronouncing itself, will be cheap. So never ever try to use the word cheap in your lifetime. That's my sincere request. I have seen with a lot of research. Economical is such a good word. Even when somebody is pronouncing it also, spelling it out also, it will be very audible to the other person. So both are same meaning, but economical has got a diplomatic and dignified meaning rather than using the word cheap. So in the word, in pricing, whenever you want to use the word that it is low priced, use the word economical. Right process to sell. Now market research will give you the right process to sell and the right time to sell. So time is also important. At which time it need to be sold. When RT-PCR kits are sold, when there is no corona at all, is it a right time? RT-PCR kits, if somebody is selling when corona is totally out of that area or that particular continent, if somebody is selling vaccines, corona vaccines and corona RT-PCR sets, is it a right time? Same way. So remember these things. Purpose of market research. Why we are doing market research? To write and define an appropriate problem statement and get an insight about the customer need. Effective one attracts investors easily and faster. A guide and right direction. It gives a successful business plan, and a right direction also will be given to the entrepreneur. And higher chances of proving the feasibility. When you do a meticulous market research, is it feasible in the market? Is my product or my process or my service is proved to be feasibly viable or feasibly living for some time in the market or not? That gives a direction. Then time, effort and money can be better utilized. If you do a market research in a meticulous way, judicious way, the time can be reduced or time can be better utilized. For example, when you are doing the market research itself, in between if you come to know that probably this product is going to be a failure one, or probably this product is perceived by the customer like it is an outdated one, or probably if somebody feels that this product may not give that good result as some X product is giving currently, then that time immediately course correction can be done in your product formula itself, in your product designing process itself. You can go back, rework from the beginning and do some course corrections and come out with the customer friendly product. There, one way you are saving time, money and effort also. Unnecessarily, if you finish the product completely and go to the market, your time, money, effort, everything is gone. Later, if it is proved otherwise that customer is not liking that. If you get an intermittent market research and market survey which says that your product is not appropriately suiting to the customer need, you can go back to the beginning, rework it and come back to the market with a more feasible product. So think on these angles. And the market research will help you to understand the scope of the prospective business. How much I can do if my product is launched prospectively down the line in the next 3 years, what can be the business output? What can be the revenues that I can generate through this product? Because market research gives you the next, I don't know whether how many people heard about in healthcare industry, in FMCG industry, there are different market research groups those are working. For example, KPMG is a market research group. McKinsey is a market research group. ORG and CMARG are pharma industry market research groups. And KPMG, McKinsey, these two people are working in FMCG industry as well as healthcare also. A KPMG is a very renowned market research and agency, and McKinsey is also renowned market research agency. So these people will keep an eye on market research, how each product dynamics and how each product is performing. They will give you a way when you go to this. I will discuss those things now. Gain an edge over competitors. When you do market research, you will gain an edge, and viability of the business can be assessed, which we have already discussed. And it gives a distress signals. Why it is known as distress signals? To plan corrective actions. For example, distress signals normally will be given by two people. Either he can be a pilot or a captain of a ship. A pilot of an aeroplane or a captain of a ship. I don't know how many people you must have definitely frequently traveled in flights. When you travel in flights in higher altitudes, when there is a cloudy sky, if there is a cloudy sky, you people must have heard that the pilot will be giving an instruction. Please fasten your seat belt. Please fasten your seat belt. There will be a lot of turbulence that is going to be expected. Turbulence means because of the highly cloudy sky, there will be a lot of clouds will be hitting the flight. When cloud hits the flight, there will be a sort of turbulence and tremor that will be subjected to the flight. That's why pilot immediately gives a distress signal. Please, dear passengers, please fasten your seat belts. We are going to experience a lot of turbulence, and probably the altitudinal shifts also will be very high. Altitudinal shifts in the sense, he may probably come down from 20,000 feet, 33,000 feet to suddenly 25,000 feet. Such type of things I have experienced many times. When there is a cloudy sky and rainy climate, these aeroplanes will have a lot of turbulence. At the same time, sudden altitude drops also. From a 30,000 feet height, suddenly he drops down to 26,000 feet. That means a 5,000 feet, suddenly he comes down and gives a turbulence. These type of distress signals will be given by aeroplane pilots and captains of ship also. Bigger ships, when there is a big wave that is going to hit the ship, captain will give a warning signal or distress signal. There is going to be a stress within you. Be careful, be holding the things. That's what distress signals. So these type of distress signals will be also given by market research. Hey, probably your product is going to face this. Your product is going to have these tantrums, or your product is going to have this setbacks. These are the distress signals. So you can immediately take corrective actions. Now, what is the problem statement? Problem statement is the one which will guiding star for one's creative thinking. 5 W's. Problem statement will give you 5 W's. What, where, who, why, and when. Because what it impacts. When there is a problem that you have found out, it gives you the information like, what is this problem that is going to impact? If this problem is there, what it is going to impact? How much will be the impact? And where is its occurrence? At which place this problem is going to have an occurrence? And who does it impact? This problem, whom does it impact? And who are the people getting impacted about this problem? Why this problem is existing at all, first of all? And when it needs to be fixed? We need to understand all these 5 W's with this problem statement. Once you define a problem statement and design a problem statement, it should give clarity about these 5 W's. It will be used to emphasize on the need of an innovation. Why we have to innovate? Why you have to bring something new? Because this problem was not addressed earlier and it was unattended to. That is the reason why we have to bring something new, something novel into this area, into this operational area. We have to bring something new. What is the significance of it? So problem statement emphasizes more on that, and it gives organizations use it to combat competition. When you are defining a problem statement, you are going to address competition also by way of saying that this was never addressed by anybody else, or somebody who is existing, without naming them, somebody who is existing and operating in the market also are not addressing this particular problem. You need not name anybody. Certainly you can communicate that competition is also not addressing this particular problem. And problem statement can be used for solving a problem, defining the problem, specifying whose problem it is, as we have mentioned here in the earlier one, whom is going to be impacted, who is going to get impacted about this problem, and limitations in resources like time and finance. We have to even define in that problem statement what are the limitations in resources. So if somebody wants to come forward as an investor, that limitations probably can be addressed well. And possible solutions. When you have a problem statement with you, and earlier, as I mentioned in the earlier slide, you should have laundry list of solutions with you. When you know what is the problem and you have defined the problem and designed the statement also, you should ideally have some laundry list of solutions also. So those possible solutions, the issues that can be addressed at times, like inability to explain, and in identification of separate problems also is possible through defining a problem statement. So that will give a clarity. If something cannot be defined also, you can mention in that problem statement, this is something unexplained or cannot be defined. You can mention it like that. So somebody else can be a triggering point to you. Probably they may give a suggestion to you. Probably this can be addressed through this. And problem statement sums up as a whole what is intended to be changed. Please remember this. When you are designing and defining a problem statement, if you have seen some issue in a colony, some community, when you are defining that statement, the ultimate goal is the intention of you to change that scenario, the intention of you to change that current, you are challenging the current status quo and you are trying to change that. The intention and the final goal of you is, by defining this problem statement, you are expecting a change, intended to change. That's what need to be very clearly mentioned. Problem solving, finding a solution. For example, solving a problem, many a times problem exists, has a goal, but don't know how to solve. Many a times it happens. 4 states of the problem. First state is given state. Current situation explained well. You will explain current situation. And goal state. Any problem statement or a solution, when after defining the problem and giving a problem statement, then you have to give a solution also. When you are giving a problem solution, that will have 4 states. First state is the current situation, that is given state. The second state is what is the desired and expected state. It should be described well. From the current state of issue, then leading to the state of solution. This is what the goal state or expected state. The third one is set operations. First state is given state and goal state. After defining these two, the set operations you will give through the set standard operating procedures. SOPs means through the set standard operating procedures or rules, moving from one state to another. That is the set operations. Then fourth one is obstacles. Are there any obstacles? Are there any challenges? There won't be any smooth transition from given to goal states. Things preventing, which are all the things preventing to smoothly transition to smoothly transfer from given state to goal state. It will not be so smooth. So those hurdles or those obstacles, those stumbling blocks need to be defined well in finding a solution. Then problem solving steps. First clarify, ideate. Once you clarify what is the problem and what can be the solution, then you have to give ideas. How the problem can be, different ideas will be listed out. Each idea should be implemented appropriately and found out whether this is suiting or that is suiting. Then once you have some laundry list of ideas with you, each idea when gets implemented and evaluated, then you will sort out among 5-6 ideas, 1 or 2 ideas can be sorted out and then they can be developed upon. For example, if you have a clarified problem with a solution, Once you have clarified the problem with 3-4 solutions, among those solutions, your ideas will generate some 7-8 ideas. If you have, yes, this problem can be solved from this point of view to the other point. If there is a drainage problem existing in one colony, the drainage problem has got a connected problem with the water pipes also. For example, if there is a problem, drainage problem which is continuously happening there, the people are not trying to address or unaddressed, kept it unaddressed because the drainage pipes are parallelly going on with the water pipes. If somebody wants to touch it, they will break the water pipe. So hence, keeping that apprehension in mind, none of the people are touching it. Now, the solution here is they have to bring a meticulously, the person who has laid initially the road properly, either he has to be brought or a person who carefully digs both the parallel lines easily, and while digging the parallel lines easily, step by step, in a very periodical way, a road, for example, if a stretch of 1.5 kilometers road is there in a colony, that 1.5 kilometers road can be partially divided. Every day digging a furlong road and very carefully, meticulously separating the drainage pipe and water pipe. Wherever there is a damage, immediately that particular part, first of all, water supply need to be stopped. Drinking water supply need to be stopped to that area in a periodical way. One day that particular area water will not come. You have to prayerly inform to the residents of that area. Then that particular part will be dug. And once there is a damage, immediately that pipe need to be replaced. Then go to the next area. Next area you inform to the residents. Like that, there are so many solutions. You ideate. Then 4 or 5 ideas if you get, you formulate that, put it in writing. Among those ideas, which are the best implementable ideas, take it out. Those ideas, now you can develop upon the third step. Develop upon those ideas. Among those ideas, which can be more feasible to be implemented. Like in the water pipe example which I have given, whichever is the idea which is elicited and approved by the local population well, you can select 1 or 2 such ideas and start implementing it. While implementing, after implementing the 3-4 furlong length of area in a 1.5 kilometers road, if you feel that those implemented ideas are good, you evaluate. Take the opinion of the residents in that area. Is it okay? Now are you satisfied? Now that is evaluation. Once the evaluation happens and if the local residents are happy about it, implement it to the further next 1 kilometer road. Because 1.5 kilometers means it will be 18 furlongs. 10 furlongs will be 1 kilometer. So 1.5 kilometers will be 15 furlongs. If you have implemented for 5 furlongs, remaining 10 furlongs, after taking the evaluation from the local population, you can implement for the next 1 kilometer road. Like that, the solution, ideation, development, implementation and evaluation happens. So this is what I have already explained. Now, in the same way, this Banyan Nation of Mr. Mani Kishore and Bolanth Industries, Srikanth Bolla, these people also elicited with the problem solving process in the same way. Like replacing virgin plastic, like in the case of Banyan Nation, this person, Mr. Mani Kishore Vajpayee, replacing virgin plastic with better plastic granules through plastic recycling and supplying near virgin quality recycled granules to the brands. He has supplied very recently, I came to know, 3 million bottles are manufactured for Hindustan Liver by these people, because he is very close to me. I know he was telling that. So in the same way, Bolanth Industries, like that, once problem is there, you have some 5-6 solutions with you. You can select one and go ahead.
मैं पानी भरने गया जरूर भरिया नहीं आ रहा
आज दिन है सैटरडे आया संडे नहीं आया मंडे आया
Who is that Saturday, Sunday, Monday fellows here? So these are the examples of problem statements. If you look at media industry, going to the video shop, traffic hurdles, waiting in queues, how Netflix has come. The best example is the people wanted to arrest going to the video shops very frequently through traffic hurdles, waiting in queues to get the video cassette, and after getting the video cassettes also, for reasons unknown, they would not have visualized the video. Then they have to pay late fees. All these things to be addressed at a time, they have launched Netflix. And the innovation has come in such a way, facing the hurdles of the practicality. Now, in the same way, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook has come in such a way, knowing about people, searching and looking at their information without any commenting, liking or grouping. That was there earlier. Now after Facebook is launched, people are getting connected so fast with emotions. They are getting tagged with emotions also. They are able to share their photographs. They are able to share their connectivity details. What not? World is made into a fist now. So, dunya mera muthi mein, in the same way it has become with Facebook and other social media, search engines and all. Now, in the food industry also, there was a problem statement, especially recently, this is around 2012, there was a statement given by PepsiCo. There was a routine in the snacks industry that board with the current variety of snacks to be provided out of the box with relishing taste. Earlier there were normal regular flavors. Then PepsiCo has launched one campaign. It crowdsourced a campaign by name Do As a Flavor, not Favor. Normally Do As a Favor, people will ask. They called the campaign as Do As a Flavor campaign in 2012. Then it has elicited cheese and garlic bread. When they have floated a campaign by name Do As a Flavor, everybody has given, most of the people have given a flavor, cheese garlic flavor. Like that, cheese garlic bread has come in the existence with PepsiCo's chips. Chips are there, no? Lace chips. In the Lace chips, they have brought with that cheese garlic bread taste. Then the brainstorming is done by UNICEF. Like this, there are so many examples in problem statements. Anyway, I think the paucity of time. Now, these are the types of market research. Primary, the customer feedback, surveys and questionnaires, competitor dynamics. This is the primary research. Secondary research is taking experts' help through market information, tools and systems and media. The secondary research. Primary research, when you go personally to the customer and taking feedbacks with a questionnaire and surveys, that is primary. Secondary is taking something which is already existing in the Google or social media and interpreting that to your product. That is the secondary research. Quantitative research, taking large amount of dumped data in the form of surveys and questionnaires somewhere from the media or from your own sources. That dump is taken in a quantitative way, high quantities, and analyzing that. And next one is qualitative, precision, with precise determining the motivation through close observation in small groups, face to face. When you go to face with a small group of people, you can collect what exactly you want. You can precisely ask for, this is what exactly I want. This is what I want. This is what. You need not go for a vague 20-25 number of questions. You can straight pinpoint why this particular detergent is doing well. Why is this particular detergent is causing any harm to your hands when you are using, or is this particular detergent is fading the colors of the textile fabric? Is it having a fading effect of colors on the fabric? Is this detergent having a long lasting smell? Is this particular detergent is giving a texture loss for the fabric? All these things face to face with a precise questionnaire you can ask and get the qualitative feedback. How to do market research? Identification of the purpose, planning research methods, conducting the research. Market research is something meticulously to be done with a purpose, planning the research methods, conducting what type of research you are doing, and once you've done the research and you are ready with the data, analyzing the data procured is all the very important activity that you need to do. Once you get a data with you, analyzing the data and interpreting that data to your product, how it need to be interpreted for your product to take into the market is very important. Acting on the, see my dear friends, this session is very short to deliberate more in detail. Once we have a face-to-face, or if somebody requires anything, any clarity, you can collect my number from Mr. Dr. Hafiz and their people and get in touch. We can discuss at length. We can discuss at length and sort it out if anything is there, because within one session we cannot deliberate in detail about everything. Keep that in mind. So this is, I think, how I will show you something else. These are the tools for market research. I am straight going to this because you people can have just you people can have a snap photo. Please take a photo of this. You can have this. Whatever the market research you are planning, these are the search tools and resources. The best validated market research resources: Google Trends, Validately, AYTM, Crunchbase, Survey.
Request, sir, can you share your PPT, sir, so that it will be?
A lot of need and nice things are there in that, my dear friend. Everything may not be a need for you.
Okay, sir.
Anyway, I will see. Let me see what best. I will talk to Dr. Hafiz and get back to you. Who is this? May I know who is the name? What is the name of this particular participant?
Sir, I am Dr. Anantalakshmi, sir.
Okay, you are from?
St. Joseph Degree in PG College.
Can you just take my number and get in touch? We will discuss.
Yes.
I will try to do something for you. Okay, you can collect my number from Dr. Hafiz.
I will share, sir.
Yeah. Reasons why. See, please remember this. Why startups are getting failed? There is a very recent research that has happened. Probably in my earlier session with OTBA only I have shared this. Again, I am sharing this because most of the startups fail because of these following reasons. I am giving this research data. It's a confidential research data. Because of this reason, so much percentage of startups are getting failed. Please remember. When there is no market need, if some product is launched, the startups, 42% of startups are getting failed when there is a product that is launched without a market need. And when there is a product which is running out of cash, most of the startups, 29% of the startups which are recently launched, getting failed because they run out of the cash in between because of improper market research. The simple reason is when they start the research with the wrong product initially, they will be given a feedback that this product need to be reworked. So once they finish the product and launch the product into the market, by that time they would have exhausted the total resources with them. By the time they would have exhausted 70% of their resources. Then remaining 30% of the resources, when they get a feedback that it need to be reworked or changed, by the time they go back and change, that remaining 30% of the resources also would have got exhausted. By the time they really come to a product launch, they would have got completely exhausted their resources, and product, by the time it clicks and goes to the success level, they would have gone to the stage of closing down. Now, not having a right team, this is also very important. Human resources. That's why I said human resource management and human resource selection itself is also another very, very big task. If you don't get a right candidate, that's why I call you people may be fascinated if I say triple R. Ranam, Rudhiram, another one I don't know. So I don't remember, I'm sorry.
That's Raudram.
Raudram, oh great. Raudram, Rudhiram and Ranam. So in the same way, in recruiting the people also, recruit right, retain right, reward right. Triple R. Please remember this. Any person from human resources need to understand this well, or otherwise also, if a person wants to start up with an entrepreneurial mind, please remember when you are recruiting your team, remember triple R. Recruit right candidate, retain right candidate, reward the right candidate. These three R's are very important as far as team management and human resources are concerned. That if that is not properly done, 23% of the startups are getting failed. And get out competed. When you don't have a proper competitive data through market research, your competition will eat away. Your competition will put you out, get out competed, because your competition is stronger than you. either probably because of the quality, probably in the price war. So many factors are there. Unless you have a meticulous market research which gives an edge over to you over the competition, you should not go for ideally for a launch. So after listening all these things, you people should not get deprived. अरे इतना सरदर्द लेके क्यों जाना है? अला मात्रम अनुकोकंडी. Don't think in that way. I am just giving you the consequences. That's all, to trigger you to have a meticulous plan. Otherwise, I would not have presented so much. The presentation of mine is only giving you a warning signals. That's all, not an apprehending signals or a threatening signals. Please remember. So taking these things granted, you should not have a feeling that I should not venture. No, it's not that. You have to venture. That's why I said a risk-taking mentality, a risk-taking person only can be a good entrepreneur. There is nothing like an entrepreneur who has been successful without even a single failure. None of the entrepreneurs in this world can claim that I am a person who is successful without even a single failure. That is an open challenge. That's an open challenge. None can claim in this world that I am a most successful entrepreneur not having even a single failure. It's not that. Failures are definitely should be giving you experience and learnings. Pricing cost issues. A person who launched a product without having proper knowledge about pricing and cost issues, 18% of such startups are failed. 17% of startups are failed when they are launching an user unfriendly product. I told you sometime back, if it is not appropriately accepted by the customer, that will be a big failure if you don't have a proper market research. Product without a basic model, 17% of such startups are getting failed. And poor marketing, 14% of the product startups are getting failed when there is a poor marketing. When there is a customers I told you customer orientation. If you remember in one of my slides, customer orientation, customer need to be treated like a god. If somebody neglects the customer, 14% of startups have failed when they have neglected a customer. So remember these things. Your approach should be, there are two alternatives. Is it mindful or mindful? Mindful. Mindful means mind is full of clogged, too much haphazard aspects, ideas, priorities, too many action points. Mindful, but mindful. See the second mindful. Mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmental. You need to be non-judgmental. Intention to cultivate awareness and return to it again and again. Attention to what is occurring in the present moment, simply observing thoughts, feelings, sensations as they arise. As they arise, it should be observed, and enough attention, due diligence need to be paid for that. So attitude, as I uttered in the initial 4th or 5th slide, attitude of any person to be non-judgmental, and attitude to be more curious, attitude to be more kind towards the customers, towards the society, towards the employees is very important, which gives you mindful thoughts. Not mindful, it is mindful. Remember, and thank you. Yeah, Dr. Viz, I am through.
Thank you, sir. Any queries from the participants?
Thanks for the session, sir. I was kind of really liked it, especially the the failures of the startups. I've been waiting for this one, like, whether are we going in the right direction, or, are we following all the steps or not. I was just checking, through all the checklists that you have provided, and majority of the stuff we are doing and we are in line with them. And definitely, our startup is going to be a success. I'm from Exalytics. We offer different data analytical trainings. When you mentioned that triple R, even I was, relating that to one of the theme that we have created. R is for record the data. R is for retrieve the data. The last R is for reporting the data. So basically, we are into data analytics, right? So we see things.
Record, retrieve, and report.
Yeah.
Fantastic. May I see your face, my dear friend? Can you show your face?
And yes, sir.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see each other. You are at Hyderabad only?
Yes, sir. Hyderabad, sir.
Yeah, great. Nice interacting with you. We'll catch up sometime.
Sure, sir. Definitely. Thanks.
If I can be of any input to you or any value addition, we can be in touch. No problem.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
But I'm a very toddler in IT parts and softwares and all. It's not my domain. I'm totally into healthcare, marketing, and healthcare projects.
I always say this one, sir. When someone asks me what is your strength, I say that I'm from non-technical background. I'm BCom MBA, sir. Finance. And I don't have technical background, so we do a lot of stuff in technology world.
I do believe in one thing. Probably this can be my input to all in the group. There cannot be a person who knows everything in this world. At least if somebody knows how to know the thing, that is enough. How to know the thing if I don't know, how to know the thing, that process if I know, that is enough. We cannot claim, or one cannot claim everything in this world under the roof of world I know. No, none can be that. I strongly believe in that. If at all, at least I know how to know the things which I don't know, I think that is more than enough. That's all.
I agree, sir. Thanks for the input.
Yeah.
So with this, I think we can close the session, sir.
Yeah, I am through. It's up to organizers. If somebody don't have any question, we can.
Yes. So the session is recorded. I will be sharing the recording soon. And feedback form will be sent to the participants. And once they share the feedback, I will forward it to you, sir.
Fine. No reminders. Please send it. Anyway,
okay, so once again,
because I do understand your priorities. Just let this also can be one of the priorities in that. That's enough.
Yeah.
Zahur sir, you are there in the call?
Hafiz sir, this is Rohan.
Yes, Rohan, please.
Sir, you mentioned about the chat group. Can you please inform?
Yes. So I request all the participants to please join our WhatsApp group. So the link of the invite is being shared in the text box. You can click on that and join the WhatsApp group directly. At the same time, we will also send you an official email. The same link we will be sending to you. So I request Rohan to please send the participants.
Yes, sir, I will do that.
Zahur sir, you are there in the call?
Yeah, I'm here. Right.
Yes, sir. So now I request our CEO, Dr. Zaharullah sir, to address the participants.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Hi, Dr. Zahur.
Hello, sir. How are you? Good evening.
Fine, Dr. Zahur. Fine.
Thank you for taking your valuable time. You are a very busy person, and also you have a very tight schedule. I know that, and instead of that, taking your time and addressing to our participants with your great patience and a collaborative and integrated approach you have in your presentation. So that's how you are doing a service, human service, I can say. So that's what I can give a statement, or it's an appreciation also. So thank you for that. And so now we have wonderful speakers today also. and you have listened to Mr. Dipender Singh and also Dr. Muralidhar sir, both of them delivering the talk on entrepreneurship, motivation, appreciation, and how one has to take the venture, come up with good ideas and problem statement. So you have seen how one has to take up such an risk which can be managed. Risk can be managed. So that's what the motto behind. And so this will gives us a lot of development in terms of societal development, or you can say individual development, and in fact the development of the economy of the country. So now through this the media, I would like to convey you that we have more sessions to come, and we are abide to give you the best speakers for this entrepreneurship skill certification course. And moreover, we want to listen from you. So anybody can speak right now about your idea, and please share your ideas and your proof of concept or prototype, product development, or your business model, so that we can take it forward for our next session, that is pre-incubation session in the coming months. So now I request the participants to share your ideas, your venture, any kind of business plan. So it is open for you, and please speak up and let us know. And also we are sharing you the email ID so that you can post us about your ideas, your summary of the ideas, and proof of concept. So here you can see in the chat box, I happen to share the email ID of our incubation manager, Dr. Hafiz Basha, and it is im.tbi@usmania.ac.in. So please email us, and on the last day of the session we will be performing a entrepreneurship assessment test, and then followed with some of the best ideas that we will declare for the next session. So any participant would like to speak and present your idea in front of us?
Sir, can I?
Yeah, please.
So I can present, but the thing is, like, even when you actually shared the feedback sessions, feedback from what I said is like, when it is for full-time entrepreneurs, or it's like the people who are in the market or experienced people, they can actually have the TAM, SOM, all those details. They are well experienced. They can have put all those statistics. But how about the students who are in third year or fourth year of their college?
That's good. Yes. Yeah, I can see your name is Gopi Chand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gopi
We
Chand.
met at Alif also.
Oh, good. So now, Gopi Chand, remember that you can give the prospects of TAM, SOM, and SAM. Okay, you did not, right now have your own market research, or you can, you may not have, of course, if you are in a addition stage. So still, you can give the market landscape, and you can. That's what I told you, to refer some of the best websites and present those data. You can capture that data and give the reference also. I told you to put up reference. So even at the ideation stage, you can do that.
Okay, sir. One more thing. How about the nascent stage technologies?
So nascent stage technologies come up with an TRL stages. Even that's what I told you. Even it is an idea or a nascent technology or a proof of concept, whatever the stage may be, you can give, you can predict, and it's not hypothetical, but very much relevant data that you can capture or get that information from any website, a market research website, and you can present. So when we talk about the nascent technologies come up with a certain TRL stage. Then you can you have to present before the experts about what is the market trend for that idea, or the it's all about the visualization of that market research data, and that's how one can look forward to make that product. So that's always required. So at initial stages this data will help you out, and in later stages you have to make you have to have a sample reach, like particular population sample reach. You have to take your product and then get another market research and a feedback from the customer.
Okay, sir, one more thing. Let us say, as I said, nascent technology. Let us say take the case of hydrogen fuel cells. So what even I said at that time also, we are focusing to build a bike. If we don't find that a viable, because fuel cells are presently they're expensive, we want to experiment those things even in the entrepreneurship also. Even if we don't find that viable, we can pivot that, because fuel cells are viable for higher segment, or it's high power things, or pickup trucks, or higher power things, aviations. We want to experiment on bikes. So is there any sort of exception under this pre-incubation, or because we got to learn a lot of things in this? So will there be any exceptions for the technologies sort of?
No, there is no such kind of exception thing, but you are as you told, it's an hydrogen production, right? You have taken up hydrogen production technology, right? So that's what you
know. The consumption, that's consumption. We are on fuel cells. Fuel cells is like consuming the hydrogen.
Okay, fine. So you want to manufacture fuel cell?
We want to outsource fuel cell. We want to manufacture bikes. I mean, that could be, fuel cell is one of the system component we actually use. So we want to make bikes. Instead of using only battery, we'll use battery and fuel cells. It's like hybrid power. So you get more range on bike. You will get even high performance.
So battery and fuel cell, both you want to integrate, and then you want to sell the bikes, right?
Yeah.
Fine. So now maybe you are sourcing those fuel cells from any part of other countries, because it is not being manufactured in India.
Yeah, I mean, next month we are actually making our POC in our college. So for that we have kept order. So that's actually imported. They had their sales office in Nagpur, but still they are importing. Everyone is actually importing presently.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So now, when you maybe your know-how goes with how you embed that both the technologies like battery and fuel cell to a motorbike, and how you regulate that, and what you may be making up a prototype at initial stages for the kilometers per hour. I'm talking about the mileage. So the mileage, and also you'll be testing with regulation methods maybe. So that's what, right?
Yeah.
Fine. So in that sense, now you can of course come up with this kind of technology, but you should first test it. For testing, it should come up with a good advantage, like it should be advantageous when compared to the existing EV technologies, and you should have better results. And then in that sense you have to work out on the demerits of that, like any kind of problems or customer requirements, in the sense like sourcing of that fuel cells, or again they have to depend upon any distributors or vendors. So in fact, like, you will be the first person to sell that technology, but at the same time you should have a distribution system, or you should have an distribution model, a sales unit, repair units and all. So these are all the things which you have to remember and then come up with this technology. So in fact that would be done in later stages. So now you have to have a very good advantage from the existing technology. Of course you can make a prototype, and then you can enter into the market, test it, and so that's how you can take up. So just write to us and then submit your proposal, so wherein we will be supporting you for technology development, for business development and marketing development, right?
Okay, sir. Sure.
Right. Thank you, Gopichan. Right. So anybody else want to discuss about your idea?
Sir, can I?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I made a very small presentation from the format that you gave yesterday.
Wow, good. Yeah. So would you share?
Yeah, I want to share.
Interested to share and
yes,
give it. So just for this time, so we will give you some 3 minutes. Just give us some glance. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Should I stop presenting and now do it, or shall I present the screen?
No. You present. You can
right.
share with the screen and take 3 minutes. Just give us a glance of the presentation.
Okay. Right. I'll do.
Right.
Are you able to see the screen, sir?
Yes. Please.
Yeah. Actually, this is nothing great. Okay. This is the first pitch deck I am preparing, because yesterday you have motivated us enough. So whatever thoughts were there, whatever I was doing in the past few days, I thought I should give it a concrete shape, because I got some fundamentals. Okay, sir?
Dr. Zahur?
Yeah,
Dr.
I think
Zahur, sorry to interrupt
sir
you.
wants to speak. Yes, sir. Please.
Your name, madam?
I'm Saujanya, sir.
Miss Saujanya, never ever start anything with an excuse. Nothing great. No, never ever start. Start with a good note. You are doing a good job, do good. That's it.
Okay.
Never ever in life start anything with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir. Right. Should I proceed, sir?
Yes, madam. Please.
Okay, I'll just put a stopwatch here so that I also get to see how much time I'm taking. Right. So, okay. So the fundamental is that I was very passionate about marketing, and I am very
Madam,
passionate
your
about
name,
marketing.
you have not introduced yourself, please.
Yeah, actually in the pitch deck, the team name comes at the last, so I kept it at the last.
No, it's better that if you give your introduction right now.
Yeah, okay, right. I'm Saujanya from Rajahmundry. I have 10 years of experience in Indian Oil as a deputy retail sales manager. I worked in Hyderabad, Rangareddy, Kadapa, East and West Godavari. Then afterwards, after clearing UGC NET and AP Set, I moved into teaching, more of a trainer and researcher, and also a teacher. I have published a lot of business case studies, and for the past few months, I have started my own business consultancy. So this is all about that. I have been very interested in entrepreneurship space also. So I am myself a certified entrepreneurship trainer from EDI Ahmedabad, and also a startup advisor for Nen Vadvani Foundation. And I'm also a mentor for WinIt Trichy program for women. Right. So this is about me, sir.
Good, impressive profile. And I wish you all the best. Please go ahead, ma'am. Yeah.
So this is about marketing. As I have been, teaching students of marketing, I understood there is a lot of demand in the local places. So I thought that, internship is also one space where students are lacking, field kind of experience. Because whenever we say someone to go for internship, generally the idea is that they'll come up with a certificate, but with lack of experience. So I have understood that the problem in the local areas, especially the regional areas, is that there is a lack of consulting in the regional areas. Next, customer mapping journey is difficult for small owners, especially because they have too many things on their shoulders. They are handling marketing, they are doing finance, they are taking care of day-to-day operations. They also have HR problems. Like whenever I meet some small business entrepreneur, he says, I am having a crunch for human resource. I want people. And as I mentioned earlier, they are facing a lot of time crunch. So in Rajahmundry, it has been my routine since almost the time I got into teaching, that I look at the local classifieds very keenly. And now that I have come into this consultant space, I have noticed that there are a lot of people who advertised for marketing related jobs. At the same time, these people don't have many trained people under marketing, because when somebody is asking, like for example, a distributor is asking for a marketing person, he might be looking at an intermediate person or maybe a graduation qualified person, but he doesn't have those kind of people coming to him. And sometimes we find that people who are not qualified in marketing, who don't have basics of marketing, also get into marketing because it is out of their need or out of their passion. So I have pitched into some organizations saying that we can consult you on marketing. So the problem identified was that there is lack of marketing research and also business consulting in this marketing domain for the local areas. So I am presently targeting at Rajahmundry, East Godavari, and I am also looking at similar Tier 3 cities and Tier 2 cities. At the same time, I thought that maybe in future I can look forward, and I also have spoken to my students who are working globally, especially in Australia, Canada and UK, told them this is what my idea is. Maybe for the flea market owners, we can help something for them. So this is the present area I am talking about. This is East Godavari, Rajahmundry. Then the USP and solution is that one is marketing and sales trainings. Second is the promotion of the organizations. Third is consulting the organizations. Fourth is offering the students market internships. So in future, this vision was made today, one-stop solution for marketing requirements in the region. As I mentioned, regarding the services and USP, it's the same, because as of now, there is no one who is targeting at these 4 areas in our areas. People are not even aware. So it has been my responsibility to make them aware that there is a need, kind of need creation in these areas. And as market size was mentioned in that, I feel personally that it's a regional area as of now. So I would want to expand further in future. But as my business case studies are from different places, like I'm working with a woman in Chhattisgarh, some people in Jharkhand. I have written a case study about IT firm in Pune, manufacturing in Faridabad. So I'm looking at different scaling up opportunities also. So regarding the factors driving, 1, the depth of field experience in marketing for students, scarcity of marketing internship in local areas and regional areas, unavailability of marketing consultants at affordable prices. This is one very important area. Next, there is no one to offer handhold support. And I believe when I started this work, I got to know from some of the universities that now corporate project report is mandatory, plus they are also looking for internship certificate. Internship certificate has been there for ages, but now corporate project report is mandatory. At the same time, sales and marketing training is not available for those people who are joining as beginners, especially because it is expensive, because they don't have time, and do not also have an access to network. So the revenue model as of now is the students and the sales teams of many companies are paying me fees for the training programs I offer them. Second, organizations are offering me consultancy fee basing on my time and promotional ideas. So I have been using Instagram very strongly for promoting whatever programs I have been doing here locally. And the competitive analysis is that I also did a competitive analysis for all these listed organizations here to understand what is it that they are doing. So the right side ones, like I have not made any competitive analysis like what Zillies has made individually, but these are all located in metropolitan cities, and the services they are offering are like this: business research, HR training, legal, financial, various aspects. And these are some of the photographs that my students have done very recently. And as I have mentioned, this is my qualification. I'm from NIT Trichy. I'm an alumni of NIT Trichy, and I'm a present mentor of NITT. And I'm also a resource person for AP Skill Development Council, plus I have Indian Oil experience. This is about me. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Wow, wonderful. Right. So that's great, ma'am, Saujanya madam, and I really appreciate what you have done. And in fact, your profile, your background work, and now today you have done your presentation, which I really appreciate. You have worked and taken seriously about this course. That speaks about your seriousness. In fact, you are the right person, I guess. And now I don't want to validate your presentation because it's not the time for us right now today. But we will validate definitely. That will be in the later stages after this course. And so there are a lot of things that we want to take up further for your business model. And so really it's great. You have a lot of scope, you have a lot of market size there in the Tier 3 city. Even though it is Tier 3, it is not a small thing, because there are big notch companies who wanted to enter at grassroots level, village level, unserved areas, underserved areas. So they want to promote their products, and for that, marketing consultants like you are very much useful for them, and they need a data. Nowadays, data is very powerful, and data is very valuable. So that's what you are doing right now. And in fact, I I can say, like, we have a better person here to give more his comments. Dr. Muralidhar sir, are you there? Hello.
Yes, I am there.
Yeah, please speak on. Give your comments.
I am not a better person at all. I am a person.
Right.
Yeah, Saujanya garu, I could meticulously understand and see your very gist and lucid presentation, I can say. It was fantastic. 2 points specifically I liked, and I want to address that. Probably I have also been trying to address that. Sales and marketing team not getting trained properly. See, there were days, in fact, from the different industries which I have seen, pharma, FMCG, FMCD, and healthcare industries, we could understand that there was earlier the scenario, there was time to train the people and send into the job. Now, honeymoon period is not there. No settling period. Now, those days are gone. Now, after giving the charges to a person, whether he is a fresher or experienced, people are oh danda leke bhaga raha hai usko. You have to perform. That's all. That's the order of the day today. Otherwise, I really empathize and sympathize those people being freshers also. Why up to that extent? Even my own son, where he has joined in some organization, he just finished his MBA in ASCII. Practical experience, though he got an internship, now the organization where he has joined, they are asking him to produce immediately. Though he has taken up a domain, yes, that's what I told him. He has been sharing with me many times. I've been telling him that is the order of the day today. That's it. That's how the things are going on. Now, here what we can do is, as you said rightly, probably while working, they can get trained in agencies where in the weekend, many of the offices are 5-day weeks now. Probably those 2 days they can allocate these freshers who joined there, they can allocate their time to get trained elsewhere. Probably such people can be given a training with a considerable price and fees, and at the same time we can establish some hubs, hub and spoke model. You can think about hub and spoke model, because I am a person who enrolled franchises, pan-India franchisee models. The concept of yours can be pan-India enrolled with a carpet bombing with hub and spoke model. You can spread out hub and spoke model in your model, where one particular point of yours where it is whether you are there, I think you are there in Rajahmundry, or wherever you want to be there, having your own headquarter can be a hub. From there, spokes can be drawn around. You can have your own manpower there, getting trained there. And for bigger perspective of training, probably to the hub they can be called once in a while and given that particular part of training. In fact, the training should happen even in recruitment also. If recruitment is not properly, recruiters are not properly trained, even in spite of giving lot of best training also, they will not stick on. Recruitment is the very important thing. That is my favorite subject actually. During recruitment itself, many of the people get failed. Both the ends. Recruiters are also getting failed. Even employees are also taking and choosing a wrong place to enter. After that, regretting doesn't have any meaning. I'm sorry. Thanks, Dr. Zahoor. I think this is where probably we need to think now.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that input, and that's very valuable. And a marketing expert and also a mentor for marketing for marketing consultants, and in fact a pioneer in marketing research, being addressing today and also giving valuable suggestions to the budding entrepreneurs. So that's what we take it very privileged today. And now I would like to ask any other participant who want to speak and present your ideas in front of us, verbally or by through any pitch deck presentation. Anything is okay. Right. So I think we don't have any, but we encourage you, each and every participant, please come up with your ideas to present, and we would like to take up your ideas further, as I told you, to the next program, pre-incubation program. So we request you to share your ideas or pitch deck to the email ID which we have written here in the chat box. You can take up that, and so Saujanya madam, please send your summary and your pitch deck to this email, and also I request Gopi Chand, you can also send your summary or the proposal in the form of pitch deck or in a document form to our email. Is that okay, Gopi Chand?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, fine. So today we have 2 presentations, and I appreciate very well, and so I request other participants, please give your presentation tomorrow, at least 2 people every day, so that will make a good number to us to support you further. So we may get almost like 15 ideas, something like that, so we can take it further. Right. I hope you people have been through the presentations and to the speakers and interacted with them. So looking forward. So I wish you all the best. So now I request Dr. Hafiz Basha to give the vote of thanks and conclude the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So with this, we have come to the end of today's session 3 and session 4. So we will continue with session 5 and session 6 tomorrow, again at same time, and using the same link participants can join. So once again, I thank our resource persons today. Dr. Muralidhar sir, thank you so much for joining us today. And I also thank our CEO, Dr. Zaharullah sir, for taking care of all the participants. And I'm sure this program will definitely benefit you all, and this certification will be helpful in your journey. So with this, I thank you everyone, and so that's it for today. So see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
So